Yo, people, welcome back, go back. Wagwan people, you don't know it's your boy King again. Yeah, chat the damn thing again, people. And as you can see, today we're going to talk about the Reggae Boyz Watch. I don't know, it's Reggae Boyz Watch. I'm telling you, the Reggae Boyz Watch is here and it will be here. You know what I mean? And we have another episode on the Reggae Boyz Watch. And as you can see, people are going to talk about the players them in a World Cup mode. Sorry for the lateness, it's greatness. People must apologize for the lateness, but wow, so tell you, lateness is greatness, people. But yeah, I see a few people in the comment section very, very early. Pristine is here saying Norman Campbell. Bailey is here, so better go to bed. Norman Campbell, Lati, Paris, King. Kevin is saying, Sharano, Robinson in the building. Big up yourself to everybody who are there in the building, man. Big up yourself to everybody. Do remember to hit that like button, people. Do remember to hit that like button. But yeah, I'm current the national anthem and for the channel, and then let's get the show on the way. Cause we have a portion of things to talk about. But we could run the national anthem off the channel.
When Pree TV, big them up. Yes, sir. When they catch the family, big up Pree TV. Like, share, subscribe.
Boom! I don't know how Pree TV we are big up. I don't know. Boom! I want Pree TV. You don't know how to pick. Big up yourself every time.
Like, share, and subscribe to Pree TV.
I will tell them say Pree TV. I will tell them thirst is nothing. Zoom in for the diamond them.
Oh
Image
shit.
is everything. Obey your image. I will make them know. I've seen enough TV before, but I've never seen a TV like this. I've seen enough station before. Pree TV, the one you top the list. Room. Shizzle for cheesy. I didn't know big enough Pree TV would be so easy. Kaboom! Room! Sham! Kaboom!
Yeah. People are going to Sunday night. Hope everybody is doing well. Hope everybody is doing fine. So you don't know, we're going to jump right in at the video right now. Because again, ball game going to be a quick ball game. So Sunday night, people, we have stuff for the Monday morning, bright and early. So here's the thing, people. World Cup bound, right? And as you can see, I deliberately use that image when me use. Deliberately use the image when me use. King, we think them kidnap you through for now, and them not kidnap me, I'm still there. So I deliberately use the image when me use for a reason, right? And the image of the newest picture of one of the ball them we played in the friendly yesterday, which is Nickyle Ellis, right? And beside him, you have Kevin Nolan. You know, say these are some ballers one and I expect to see on a picture and the words beside World Cup bound. But here's the thing, I have to follow me, people. You don't know over here, we Pree the thing deep, So we Pree the football very, very deep. So when you follow me, it all makes sense. Is because when we say basically the players them in a World Cup mode, they have a few players right now in a World Cup mode. And when you hear World Cup, oftentimes things that the only World Cup they are the senior team. You get me? I say, and that is not the case, because actually tomorrow the U20s them have actually started for them campaign in terms of trying to qualify for World Cup, and then you even have the female team. If you do, it's not the boys them, but people have the expert joining me on panel right now. The expert, the man himself, the man, the myth, the legend. This man is actually a myth, people. Nobody can tell me say that man is real. This man is AI at its finest, but him there decide to put if him for do the stream and him glasses or not. You want to see what you're saying today. All right, we'll see what you are saying. Well, go and Kerry, welcome to the show. Have a good blessed night.
I'm here, sir. I totally forgot about the stream, so I just saw your message, so decided to jump on real quick.
Okay, yeah, man. I'm not keep it for long tonight, but I really wanted to. If you want to sort out some things, are you ready?
No, but I'm good.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah,
All right, cool. Hold on, let me get this stream the right way so everybody can see. So yeah, people, we have the expert. I would say Kerry is an expert. People don't make him tell you nothing different. He is an expert, especially when it comes on to, I would say, expert in Jamaica football. He more go on like a youth football, but in a youth football expert when it comes on to Jamaica football.
Expert is a strong word, but okay, thank you.
So yeah, you know, say what me that go do Kerry actually, me did I go actually start with yesterday's games in terms of what me yesterday, the game yesterday, and run through some things real quick. And again, okay, I use the expertise as well, because as much as I say, I love going like, expert for the youth, them, expert for the whole of the ball of them, regardless. So, because I'm pretty sure every ball of people watch this, I bet than any money. Every ball I want to bring up tonight, Kerry, have a picture with the ball of them. This man just loves football, bro.
I mean, also,
I
have a picture with Bashi for sure after that people and assist. So yeah.
See the people. We never have to tell them, but here we go, people. So all right, so we can start from the start and then we'll get into the nitty-gritty. So people, the show is titled now, it's titled Deliberately. Who's on the thumbnail is on the thumbnail deliberately. I'm no saying this one I expect for. So you know, I see the big, you know, I see the Macy Green, you know, I see all of them. But it's a reason why Bashi and it's a reason why Nolan is on the thumbnail. But you know, if you follow me to find that out. I'm going to jump into the ball game now. So we can start from the start. So yesterday, the Jamaica Reggae Boyz senior team beat Martinique 2-0, right? 2-0, as you can see down there in Martinique. And this would have been the starting 11 on the screen currently. This would have been the starting 11. Again, we have got through the starting 11 real quick because it's very interesting. On the screen, it says captain by Nickyle Ming, right? So this is the starting level. You can stop me anytime, you know, Kerry. Anytime you want to say anything, come just I go through this real quick. I'm going to get to the nitty-gritty. Okay. So this is the team on screen. So this was the starting level. Tafari Chambers of Mount Pleasant, Nickyle Ming, captain also of Mount Pleasant, Giovanni Ling of Cavaliers, and Fitzroy Cummins also of Mount Pleasant, along with Christopher Ainsworth. So off the get-go again, I didn't get to watch the match. So ironic that Kerry and him friend them know say the match are going up on TikTok and only post it when 5 minutes to go. It's 5 minutes to go.
I only saw 5 minutes. I only saw that message 5 minutes. 5 minutes from the end. So I watched the last 5 minutes and that was it, unfortunately.
Yeah, just the last 5 minutes to get to watch. But yeah, so but what interesting about the starting lineup for me again, it's no big deal. I just got through it real quick. But if you realize, it's basically Mount Pleasant and Cavaliers back five, because the keeper would be Mount Pleasant, Ming, Cummings, Mount Pleasant, and then Ling, Ainsworth. So I guess that was the idea behind it. In midfield, you had Adrian Reid Jr., I assume same play number 6, Merrick and Ellis was probably 2 number 8s them. In the attack, I would say Daniel Green. If my guess would be wide right, Nickyle full of wide left, and Rhyme Edwards center forward. Interesting again, Rhyme Edwards getting the start, but on the bench, I see Warner Brown. I'm pretty sure Warner Brown was in the squad. Is Warner Brown injured? You know anything about that?
I think there's some issues going on with Warner Brown, but I don't know the full details, so I don't know if I am the one to speak about it. But some issues going on, I think, with Warner Brown.
All right, something going on with Warner Brown, people. It was nowhere in sight. He wasn't on the bench. And on the bench, Russell Zimenez, Campbell, Young. I'm very happy to see Zimenez more than anybody else making back a national team. And Rashiki, Kelson again, Jaime Thomas again, national. So yeah, it was very interesting. But anybody in particular, you're more excited to see but make a national team out of these names? Because for me,
well, I'd always say Fuller, because I think Fuller is my favorite local baller. So anytime Fuller's in the team is good. Bashi, obviously. I was happy to see Zimenez as well. It's funny, I was just before I came to Curacao, I was at the park in Lauderdale, Florida. Yeah. And his cousin was there, so I call him the original Zimenez, the better Zimenez, which is Ricardo Zimenez. Ricardo Excelsior. Yeah.
Former Excelsior.
So, so happy to see younger Zimenez, and you also have the younger Zimenez that plays for Harborview. So glad to see him in the squad as well. Always good to see just our local players domestic-based players get a chance to show themselves on the international stage. I know it's not always easy because we use so many overseas-based players who are playing sort of the quote-unquote real games. Yeah. So good to see the local players, Rashiki, Jaheem, etc., get a chance to get on the national colours.
Yeah, definitely. So it was very interesting. Again, I didn't watch the game, people. So this is like me giving back in the days. Remember back in the days, when I always say this, some of my elders them will tell me about football, them tell me about some of the greatest baller them, and me convinced and newspaper them see them in. So this is one of the newspaper style them are going it tonight, people. I didn't watch the game, so nobody can. Don't ask me how was the game, don't ask me who play when me assume. All of this is assumption. I think, as I say, Kerry watch the last 5 minutes. By the time I click upon the link already done. So I didn't get it to even really watch the last 5 minutes. I don't know. There was any takeaway from the last 5 minutes? You see anything?
Not really, to be honest with you. I think at that point it was already 2-0. I watched the post game with Mr. Coach Speed, and he was saying that Martinique started the game well. They were in the game, but obviously we scored, and when we scored a second goal, the game kind of deteriorated because both teams made a lot of subs. So that's what's based on his analysis. Obviously, I didn't watch it, but yeah, not much to tell in the last 5 minutes. I think that by the time the game was dead.
Nobody in the pile, nobody in the last 5 minutes.
That I could see.
All right, so this was one of the major takeaways from the game, people. Again, so we had 6 Reggae Boyz debutants: Rhyme Edwards, Daniel Russell, Dujuan Allen, Tajay Grant, Jaime Thomas, and Rashiki Nelson. Again, for me, Edwards is a very interesting player. Again, when I see the game yesterday, but in general, he's a very, very interesting player. I think he very hardworking. For me, I like him play. Like, I've only seen him play a few times, but I like how him play. He's a player with me actually rate. And it's so funny that this is, again, something seemingly going with one of them, but it look like him step up to the plate and him really show him levels. Daniel Russell, again, keeper from Portmore. And very interesting about keeper from Portmore is that I think the last time a keeper from Portmore was also in the team, and I don't know what's been happening with him. I think Benjamin Williams. I'm not sure what's happening with him, but I know that Daniel Rossi have the #1 gloves now, and Daniel Rossi is in the team. So, and Portmore is a team with over the last couple of years they are one of the better defensive team. Them concede less goals. Yeah. So I think that's where that comes from, the goalkeeper backline. Then Dujuan Allen, something interesting about Dujuan Allen. Like a lot of people, because we know there's a narrative, right? Forget the narrative. But a lot of people also tell me about how Dujuan Allen is the cream of the crop, because it was 3 Cavaliers midfielders in the team. But most people at them say, yo, Dujuan Allen are the truth. Most people ask, what's your favorite Cavaliers midfielder out of the 3? Most people always go for Dujuan Allen. I don't know why. Again, I've seen him play, really like how him play, but for me personally, I can't pick between the 3, Dujuan Allen, Shamar Watson, and Adrian Reed Jr. The 3 of them young, 3 of them, me personally rate, were my favorite. If you ask me, I say Shamar Watson. If I ask you who are your favorite out of the 3, I don't know who you tell me. So again, Dujuan Allen always get some good reviews. The next player,
good to see Tajay as well. So every time I see Tajay play live, I don't know, he might have score a goal or create a goal. So it was good to see him get the opportunity as well, because I think he's a good player in the local league.
Yeah, and Tajay really come on, leaps and bounds. Really, Tajay Grant, really leaps and bounds. We're in the big number 10. I can't just imagine how that feel for him. You get me? I say so. Again, deserve to be there based on the numbers we put up. Again, Jaime Thomas. From the first time here about national, I'm like, yo, a long time. So people have Jaime Thomas as a national long time before him actually made his national debut by his name national. And again, Rashiki Nelson. Rashiki Kelso again, also one of them where make waves. All right, so we see this post, and again, this post was Wonder Kid. Nickyle Ellis pulls off a man of the match performance for the Reggae Boyz. I'm finding it very interesting because, again, we followed the game on our phones without visuals, and then when it popped up on my phone, and it was like first goal was scored by Nickyle Ellis and assisted by Kyle Ming. And then the second goal was assisted by Nickyle Ellis and scored by Daniel Green. I'm like, okay, goal and assist, like, something to take away from it. But people never show the goal. Again, it come from TikTok real quick. We're going to take a look at the goal real quick. So see that people, it's like, Uncle Messi.
That's what they remind me of.
The Messi, watch people, man, I beat beat people in a midfield. Watch out, come here again, beat you again, come here again, beat you, and then pass it perfectly weighted pass. Daniel Green did the rest. So it was a messy like dribble. In all honesty, it may feel like me go do that TikTok something there and do the ankle and Messi something there.
He beat. If you look at it, he beat actually half the outfield players that were on the field. I think he beat 5 players at one point, and then assists. So yeah, that was a great run.
Yeah, man, gather them up, man. The man, them gather them up.
So his actual goal is lost to history because there is no stream. I think it's his actual goal.
Yeah, so I don't see it. I don't see it nowhere that the same actual goal last the history. So him can't come and tell me say it's a stunner. Never know.
45-yard volley.
You will never know.
Hector Wright style.
Hector Wright style. We can only say, yeah, true. I swear go for true. So the match the two lovers must say, Nickyle, let me get my first name them right. Nickyle Ellis. Me have to say it to myself, remember.
But if you Nickyle Fuller, who calls Nickyle Fuller Nickyle though? And Nickyle them call him or Trevon?
Yeah, them call him Trevon because of Instagram.
Oh, okay.
So is it true for just because more of the people them get used to
no the actual names. Because the two names are kind of close actually, yeah.
Always mix up. And somehow it's difficult to talk about one and talk about the other. It become like me no know. It's just always.
And I think also why it's two of the most exciting players in the league. I think the local league is always two players when racing player two they play. You kind of look forward to seeing those two players again. They do something special. So yeah.
Yeah, fuck. So as I said though, so the 2 goals them. See them final website of the goals them, which is good. We just could find live stream as I said, but the website of the goals them Daniel Green, Nickyle Ellis in the 22nd minute, and Daniel Green in the 64th minute. But what's interesting about this is that this is 2 from 2 for Rudolph Speed. It would have said 100% win ratio, you know what I mean? 2 from 2, no goals conceded, 3 goals scored. So it's a 2-love victory and a 1-love victory. And there's a reason why I'm going to bring up both of this. Because for me personally, I'm going back to even the first game where Jamaica beat Grenada 1-love and Nickyle Fuller scored. One of the things I'm really looked at afterwards is this on screen. After I scored a goal against Grenada, I don't know if he kicked on or he just picked up from where he left off. You see me? And for me, I think, as you say, I think every time I see these domestic ballers in a national team, I think it do something else for them. I think it give them a renewed confidence. It give them something. It's
motivation to keep going.
Motivation. Yeah. That is the word. Isn't it? So look at this. Him score against Grenada, and then basically him score 3 goals after that in like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Probably 9 games. 3 goals in 9 games afterwards. Probably assists they put in the show. So it really kick on, and I think probably 2 out of them 3 has been free kicks. So it really kick on and I do what I'm supposed to do. So it's motivation, it build you them confidence. 21-year-old, and again, I move from Nickyle Ellis to Nickyle Fuller for just showing to say, you see me. And again, people you don't know me, I go take the bits from if I'm a Kerry at Bomb Sports, and tonight at Bomb Sports, people the lyrical is coming from Bomb Sports for tonight. They get me access to Bomb Sports post. The most underrated midfielder in Jamaica Premier League is Dujuan Allen. See him Dujuan Allen, I'm telling you. Really happy he got his chance on the big stage. Go and work. Youth time at the master, Babylon. I don't know, Babylon sound like somewhere. Sound like Spanish though. Babylon. Next post, Tajay Grant, top player from Manning Cup days, went to college and returned and showing his class again. Just exposure and time the youths them need. Personally, I didn't know that Tajay Grant actually went to college. So probably you would know. I think you would know, right? Most improved player in this season, Jamaica Premier League to date, Dwight Merrick. Again, left-footed, I would say number 10. And somebody in the comment section said we started with 2 number 10s. But I guess true, I play against Martinique. I would say 2 number 8s playing as 10s, in my opinion. Real talent from JC days in Manning Cup. Like how him mature and playing now. So that a big up for Dwight Merrick. Rhyme Edwards, hardest working forward in the league. Run non-stop. Debut well deserved, said Bam. Daniel Green, congratulations on the goal. Quality in doubt. Quality never in doubt, but every baller have a phase. Daniel Green is you know, so most of the time them watch Daniel Green live, him step up to the plate. So again, probably age not upon him side, but him, I think one of the most more consistent, but then probably I don't know, I think himself fears, so probably consistent. But age with Daniel Green are just that with me personally. Sports said Nickyle Ellis, well, not much to say. Talent in abundance, gave up a year of school football and it's showing. So me personally never know him actually skip a year of Manning Cup again. So these are some good information. Sports, pick up yourself. Kyle Paris did that and has been a professional overseas ever since. Again, me not even know say Kyle Paris did that. And again, Kyle Paris actually scored today as well. So
Yeah, so
yes, I guess giving up a year probably can be beneficial. Maybe there is some logic in that. Jamaican players don't lack talent, just opportunities and sometimes a little luck. Yeah, luck have a lot to do with it. The millions again. This that one a controversial.
Is it Bam Sports though? Bam Sports on a roll, man.
That one a controversial people, and me say it because of Bam Sports. So Bam say the millions we invested in some of these overseas coaches over the years, maybe just maybe if we had invested half of that in players, things could have looked differently. And I mean, he says about must be lyrical tonight to the people. He also say big up the youths them represent the nation well, and don't ever tell me about it's just Martinique, because remember say Curacao make we in a intercontinental playoff, which is facts. Bars, the man are speaking alone. Bars, Bam went on a rant to the people. Bam went on a rant. Now again, the super Fernandez over there, I don't know the man, the name, Nickyle Ellis, everything Nickyle Ellis. I found this very funny. So him tag JF and say, I've never lost a game. I must say Jamaica has never lost a game when Nickyle Ellis played. Fact. But yeah, before I reach on Kerry segment, because we reach Kerry segment, put out a picture here already, you know, but I'll put it up again. But anything I for say on the game though, Kerry, that I would have missed?
Not really. I think maybe some of the controversy before the game is whether we should be spending money playing a game, an away game, with the domestic-based players, many of whom probably are not going to be in consideration for the games that we have in qualifying in March. I think this was an ongoing thing where we're trying to give opportunities to domestic-based players. So I think it's maybe more the timing that caused the controversy, because people are saying, okay, so why are we playing this game when most of these players aren't going to be the players that we use in March? So I think we have to always look for opportunities to showcase the domestic-based players. One, for motivation, like we were talking about before. And also, you have to develop your own football. So I know we don't want to delve too deep in the local versus overseas, but I don't think you can be exclusively a recruiting team. I think, problem is we have a local league that's not completely professional. So it's going to be difficult for those players when we have other players that are playing abroad, including the ones that are developed in Jamaica. But I think you always have to look for opportunities to give the domestic-based players a chance to move on, hopefully, to play in better leagues, and so to strengthen the national team. So I know people have all kind of different views on that, but I think it's good when we play a game. Even I was just thinking the other day when I saw the goal today, and then who was it that scored yesterday or the day before? Was it Norman Campbell? When we see our local players with all the disadvantages that we have in Jamaica on the world stage doing well. I know the philosophy of certain people, like it's different depending on who you're talking to, but we have to be proud when our domestic-based players that are developed domestically actually go out and are doing good things on the international stage. And this is part of it, if you think about it. Playing these games and giving people opportunities to be seen and to hopefully move past the local leagues to some league internationally, I think is a good thing. So it's just whether the timing of it makes sense or whether the financial outlay makes sense. But I think overall is a solid idea.
Yeah. For me personally, and I know I always get a sense of pride, especially when the youths them actually get the opportunity to make it out of Jamaica. Like I posted this picture over there. I go back for it just for the fun of it, right? And it's a reason why I bring up this, because it's like I feel a sense of joy in myself, regardless. And for me, I know that this is where a lot of people get it mixed up, because a lot of people say, okay, I use the national team for development. I understand the thinking behind that, as I said. But there needs to be a balance between some kind of pathway even for the cream of the crops. But watch this. Now bring up that picture and I'm gonna show you something. And this goes for even somebody like, when I see that picture, I don't know if you did see that picture. You see that picture?
I've never seen this before. No.
It's so ironic. And this is a Jardine picture with a lead the league, and just going to Vietnam. I don't know if this is Photoshop thing. I don't even know. I don't know. But I see impose it, and like just going to Vietnam, just different cultures, different, just open up a world of opportunities for you, just different things you I see. And when I see them thing, me personally, it makes me very proud. Now, however it's done, you get me, I say, I understand that we need the cream of the crop, and we must always be looking for the cream of the crop. And that's why I need to finish my series. I'm going to start with, in my opinion, the top 5 best players in each position for try and assist. I'm going to try and assist the coach in terms of making sure so at least the top 5 players in each position that's available. Because as I say, we are the new advisors to the coach. So might as well put out some things out there where we think is our opinion still. But yeah. But for me personally, it's always a jam. We'll just go through some comment section before we reach your segment at the ball game. With that 11. Me know ball roll. Fatal Fear say ball roll. Big up yourself, Dujuan Martinique as well. Fatal Fear say ball roll. So we can only imagine say ball roll. Is him like back in the days when we used to read newspaper. Is me 210 start. Yeah, it was 210 that started because Bashi started and we left foot name Merrick started. 2 of them are out and out number 10s, but I guess it could have worked. Them never want, we see the match says truthful truth. Big up yourself, Danny Jet. Mount Pleasant full of issues with players, fatal players. Really wanted to watch that game. Him pick a good 11. I just read, I'm not sure about LOL. And that's the thing, you know, it's so ironic. I think if Allen did start, people not give Allen the pressure with them give read. I don't know why. One day I'm going to figure it out why people give Reed so much pressure and they give Allen as much pressure. It's very interesting. That mean them ball. Good evening, Owen, big up yourself. Bam Sports in the building. CJ14. Quavo in the building. Quavo. What's up with CJ?
I have too many nicknames. Because Quavo is one of the nicknames for some reason.
Oh really? Quavo, big up yourself. U20. How is it looking? They start tomorrow, right? Yeah, man, we're gonna talk about that, Jay Lani. A Martinique local player we play against, I would assume so. Truth. Yes, okay. Somebody answer that. Guess some have a conversation. But we not play against nobody, bro. Relax, fam. It is what it is. It is what it is. You're a big man, you have to go pay me for this, you know. Yeah, man, you have to get some pay. Yo, send me an account, bam. Seriously, send me an account. You deserve some pay, bro. You deserve some pay from corporate, you know. Corporate, I tell you already, you know, bro, the sky's the limit, bam. Like up the live, people will stop on other right now and smash the like button. Over 100 and other way there, I just get the video to 100 likes. I'm a forget about telling them to smash the like button. Just do it, people. You get me? I say, if I'm gonna see Kerry over here, people don't know what time it is. The expert of all experts is in here. Then I say we need 100 likes. We need 100 likes, people. Better we do these games for the younger youths if we have a play against B and C side. But to be fair, you know, when I think so, me look at, you know, the squad was a pretty young squad, you know. This probably Daniel Green, one of the oldest players them on the squad. Probably me can't think of, and probably Fitzroy Cummins. But it was pretty, most of the players them under 25, I would say, most, probably over 80% of the squad. Daniel Green not around 25. I think he's older than that. Daniel Green only needs strength, says Danny J. Big up yourself. Bam Sports, you know, no say that Dex player. I'm telling them, Bam Sports, this Bam Sports, man. Bam Sports are put in this rare. What's the purpose of developing 25 and older year-old players? Not a lot of them, they do a truthful truth. Blessings, ball Pree. Big up yourself. GS say you have a segment, Yo, yes, Kerry have a segment. Him sign contract with bad people, not sign a contract. But if more expert, Jason, is it that you, I mean, must say, you know, have the expertise like what Kerry have, so you have a job for the expert, isn't it? Up. Me rate your bomb, but Curacao players are Holland rejects, not scrubs. Okay, I get what you say. All right, so people, I can't done in the comment section now. I still have to go through some more. All right, I'm going to go through a few more. Only one player on CW Barn there. All right, I think we don't have a reasoning right there, so I'm alone. Tycoon say, what is Kerry role in Jamaica football? Oh, that one have you, Tycoon. That one have you, Kerry. I think Kerry is just a super fan. I don't want to talk for him, talk for himself. Go ahead, Kerry.
Yeah, I'm a fan. So I've been doing some work, at least over the last year and a half, with the U17 team and partly with the U20. So yeah, that's pretty much with U teams, essentially.
Okay. So freelance work here, basically, I do.
Volunteer helping in certain areas. Last U17, I was the club and parent liaison. So I reached out to the clubs and the parents with overseas based players and made sure everything was okay on that end. And kind of doing something. I have been doing something similar for both the youth teams in this cycle. So among other things, but yeah.
So question though, I'm always want to know, how difficult is that though? Like finding parents, getting their numbers, reaching out to them, finding clubs, finding the right people in the clubs. Isn't that a difficult job? How you manage to get those?
Not particularly. It started with scouting camps in Florida because we were scouting for the youth teams, mainly the next under 17 team, which was not this last one, but the one before. So we would have actual camps there. Players would come, some players would be hand selected by the coaches to come, and some would just fly there from wherever and try out for the coaches. And a lot of the times the parents are already there because these are normally kids, like 14, 15, 16-year-old kids. So normally the parents come with them. And so while the players are on the field with the coaches, you can have a talk with the parents and say, hey, if these are overseas-based Jamaican heritage players. So you basically tell the parents, like, you know, if you ever want to actually play for Jamaica, the first thing you have to do is get citizenship on a passport. So you explain to them that process and how the federation works and so forth. So that was the basis of most of the players. And then since then, we haven't had those camps in a while, for about a year now. So it's just knowing where they're Jamaican heritage players. So we tend to use a lot from the States, which is not hard to find because we have a lot of good people like Boris Johnson, Roger Thomas, those kind of people that know a lot of, that are like very invested in the American system and work within it. So they tend to know a lot of players. And you just sometimes you'll go to a tournament and if you're just wearing a Jamaica shirt, yeah, even if you're not scouting, if you're just supporting the players that are playing, one of the people come up to you and say, hey, you know, there's a kid on field 2 that has Jamaican heritage. So you just talk to them, you tell them what the process is, because you know how it is. I think we talked about this the last time, that it's difficult because we don't have a system currently set up where overseas-based players, we have a way to pay for them to come. So most of the time they're coming to the camp, like in Florida, which we did, which they have to pay to come to. Not pay in terms of like entry fee, but like flights and hotel, etc. And then, you know, obviously they get selected if they're good enough and they get selected to come play with a bigger group in Jamaica to try out again, really. That's something that they're funding. So that part is the difficult part. I don't think it's finding the players is not the difficult part who has Jamaican heritage. I don't think that's the difficult part. I think the difficult part is convincing people to pay to come to tryouts, to pay in terms of airfare and hotel. Because JFF is going to pick up the cost basically when the team is selected. And you obviously have to have talent identification before that. You're going to have to have preparation period before that. And so a lot of the times the parents are going to have to pay for that. So I think that's the difficult part.
Yeah, question we're going to ask, and something I've been a battle with. There will be a 26-man squad, and especially from the squad that played against Martinique yesterday, which is a total local-based squad. Maybe go back to the one we just are saying, but we just didn't want this figure about this. In your opinion, 26-man squad to play the playoffs, you think there will be 1, 2, or 3 or more players from that squad? You expect, not even think. Do you expect to see 1, 2, 3 or more? 3 or more?
Well, I think one of the unfortunate things was, I think, if you think about the local players, domestic-based players, and the ones that have been in squads in recent times, like I'm talking about squads of the big games, Nations League.
Warner Brown, Tafari Chambers.
Yeah, exactly.
It was usually Warner Brown, Tafari Chambers, and
Rooney from
Angling. Yeah. True.
So I don't think Angling was a part of this, and I don't think Warner Brown was a part of this. So unfortunately, I think the two players probably would be most likely to get into an actual big team, like a big squad in terms of the actual qualifying. I think those would probably be two normally. So if it's not those two, then I don't know if they're going to try, if anybody impressed enough in the games against Grenada and Martinique to turn the coach's head to think, okay, this is a player we could put in. I heard the coach also say it and some other platform that, you know, in case he picks the team, the 26 or whatever, and their last minute issues.
Wait. Stop right there. So you're not going to speed past that. It's not some other platform. It was this platform.
Oh, was it? Okay. Oh, yes. Actually, I watched it on this platform. That's terrible, by the way, that I didn't remember that it was Pree. But yeah, he was on the show talking, and he was saying exactly that if something happens last second, then the likelihood of trying to get a player from Europe, if it's really last second, is difficult. So you would have maybe like a player in each position that he was thinking about in case of last second replacements. But in terms of actually being in the team, I think it's unfortunate that apart from Tafari, those other two weren't in the squad.
Yeah, very interesting. So probably you get it. Owen, I think he did say about just having a standby 11 basically to pick from. So I guess as a curious. Next play, I think you misunderstand all of this. I think you misunderstand what me and Kerry are saying. When they take this national team for party shop about exposure, I don't know. I don't know if Kerry will explain a little more, but I think it's pretty clear as to nobody's. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it with the explain. Kerry, will Josh be captain in the team this time around?
I cannot answer that at the moment. Because that's up to the coaches to decide. So if they've made a decision already, I don't think it's public. So I'll wait for them to make it public. Whatever decision they made.
All right. So Jairus asks you if the man not good enough for the first team. What's the sense? Is this or can't the sense probably is a player. Probably I don't know. Yeah, say Jordan Fletcher, for instance. Jordan Fletcher played in the last game, get a move. Probably didn't need the game to get a move. Probably the game helped him to get a move. We don't know. But regardless of what it is, it's still it's a friendly way of going for the last couple of years. I remember Trinidad and Tobago last year, 2025, when Trinidad and Tobago played 2 games in Jamaica. One a catching all and one on it. This is an ongoing thing, and me personally have an issue with it. I don't know why people keep on having issue with it.
But I think it goes back to what I was saying before. I think it's just the timing of it. Back up a second. Remember that people are looking at these type of things from their point of view, which may be an ideological point of view. So last time I was on the show, I was talking about the spectrum of local versus overseas. And you have people that are way on one end of the spectrum that don't want to see domestic-based players play at all because they're no good. And then you have people all the way on the other end of the spectrum that's very aware of overseas-based players, and they say, oh, they're not really Jamaican and blah, 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 right? So those are the ideological places that people come from. And they can be all the way to the left of the spectrum, they can be all the way to the right of the spectrum, or they can be anywhere in between. So I think a lot of the times the comments you're going to get is based on that. And then also this particular one, the timing, because we know we have a game in March. So people are looking at it and saying, okay, why are we playing this game if none of these players or very few of these players are going to be in the game in March? But like you just said, it's been an ongoing thing. Maybe it's because it's an away game as well. I don't know, because usually I think that the 2 games we talked about were in Jamaica. People don't look at it the same. They say, oh, we're spending money to go, because we're spending money for the local game as well, because usually the JFF is going to pick up some of the costs for the traveling team to come. So I don't know what the details are financially, but when I heard about this game, I knew it was going to be a discussion. Basically, what you just said is that some people are not going to be happy with it. You're going to say it's a waste of time and money because these players aren't going to play. Some people wanted the domestic-based players to get opportunities so that they can showcase themselves at national team, plus build depth in the national team. But I don't think you're ever going to win either way because people are going to have their ideological views on both sides. And I don't think
Yeah.
anything that you say or I say or they say is going to change how they feel about it, to be honest.
I said, no, this is a very interesting comment though, Kerry. Would your father do an interview with Pree TV? And then he goes on to say, I doubt Pree TV know who your father was in Jamaica. And it's so true.
I guess that's a question for you first, and then a question.
I'm laughing because it's so true.
Okay. So
Probably need to do research.
It's not important who he is then.
No. Hold on.
Would he do an interview? So I guess what the comment there is getting at is that he was at one time the president of the Jamaica Football Federation many years ago in the Stone Age, probably before you were born. I remember saying you're very young.
Wait, from when was his last interview?
He was a president, I think, from 1985, I think, to 1992-ish, about 7 years.
Yeah.
So I think he was Captain came on a little bit after that. I think there was an intervening person. I think it may have been Heron Dale who was the president after him, and then Captain came after that. So yeah.
But the thing is, ChatGPT have the information because I think I try for research it. Probably there's somewhere still because those information.
What was I looking at yesterday? I was looking at something yesterday and it came up. I was saying, I know what I was saying. I was saying that I hate Jamaica College. Hate. And one of the reasons that I have, I hate Jamaica College, and my dad actually went to Jamaica College, right? And so somebody was telling me, I know what it was. I posted a football video, a video of me playing recently.
What? And members of them come tell me say a big ball and I care. But yeah, go ahead.
Can't play. But I put the video and somebody commented that why weren't you in the youth national teams? So first of all, I said, well, we never really good. That's the first reason. And they said, oh yeah, your father was because my father was the president at that time when I was young. He was the president of the federation. So I never put you in the youth team. I said, I think actually my father was kind of the opposite of that approach because my father had a club team in Jamaica, Los Perfectos from Mando. At one point we were in the Premier League. And I was telling the guy that when we were young, people were saying, oh, why they don't put because I have two brothers that play also. Why they don't put these kids in the team? And we would barely get game because he had the opposite of approach. Like he didn't want it to show that he's biased or giving an unfair advantage. So the only time I went to watch the only time I got to be with the youth national team is when I went with him to drop off stuff for them. I was part of it. So yeah, he was president for a little while though of the federation.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Look, I guess so. Even if they did good, that means because of not wanting to see the conflict of interest and themselves, that means that you're gonna get robbed. So that means that you're probably good, but
or maybe that's just my warped memory that I was actually good. Maybe I wasn't good enough to play. Maybe he made the right decision. I don't know. That's up to interpretation.
I forget Pops on the channel because I really want to know. Like,
actually, I'm trying to think about if I've ever seen him on a social media show. He's been on shows before. He's mostly the mainstream. Like you would go on CBM, and whenever something happens big in football, they may call him and he'll give his opinion, whatever. But yeah, I don't know if he's so much social media oriented, but you never know. You get him one day.
Let's see. Reggae Boyz director. Let's see. Big up Kerry. Book him up at World Cup and Nations. Kerry everywhere. You book him up everywhere football. Kerry there, brother. Yeah, man. Look like we have to start ask what their parents do to know if they can afford the entire. Oh yeah, back to the reason, Kerry though. As it relates to, you have to keep a database with these parents' information, and then what if you lose like contact with the parents? What if it's a mother number? You lose contact with the mother, you really don't have a next contact. Have any player really got lost that period? Like you have a player you're tracking, they have a mother number, you can't find the mother number anymore? Those things
not really. If the player is playing at any level, you can get in contact with them very, very easily. Very, very easily, actually. So I actually don't think that's the problem. I think the problem we have is sometimes we have players, for example, that develop in Jamaica, move overseas, and it's not that we lose contact with them, as in we can't get their number or their parents' number. It's that we just forget that they're alive, essentially.
Yeah. Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, like we have, like I'll give you an example. The under 17 team that just qualified, Jaden Morgan, was a local player, went to KFA, went to Campion, and migrated. So he went to this, I think we talked about this in last year. He went to the school that Kamalas goes to. And I think the first couple of camps went, and whenever he was in that camp, and then all of a sudden he was in Jamaica in December because of the holiday. Somebody saw him and it clicked something in their mind. Like, this guy's 2009. He went to U15 in Sweden in that tournament that we had. Yeah. So he came to the next camp and he was in the team and he was the one that ended up marking Canada's most dangerous player. So it's not like we don't know how to contact them. It's just that sometimes we don't really have a coordinated way, for example, between the coaches. Because remember, they're going from one age group to the next, because that was U15 he played, this was U17. Yeah. So you have to have a coordinated way to say, okay, and it's not necessarily where just because you played U15 is going to play U17. There are players that get better, there are players that lose form, there are players that develop faster or late bloomers. So you have new players every time, but at least you should know, like, you should be following players, whether they play in Jamaica or not. Especially because it's hard for the true overseas-based players, harder, because we don't really have a system to track them. But the ones that were already in Jamaica, you would think that would be easier to say, okay, this player played in Jamaica, now he's playing somewhere else. Like, we just follow him and see, okay, how is he doing? And whether he should be in one of the U teams going forward.
So is there a database or something like that with them? Is there a database?
That's a good question. Because what I can tell you is when we were doing remember, we started the Florida scouting without having a team. We weren't part of any national team. Later on, I think after maybe 4 or 5 camps, Freddie Butler and Carlton Simon got the job to be U17 coach. So before that, we were just scouting, and I was keeping the database of the players on behalf of the coaches. Okay. So we had obviously access to all the players that came to camp, plus ones that we were looking at that didn't necessarily come to camp, but that we knew that were good. So that was a database that we kept, and obviously we provide that information to the GFF when they need it. But yeah, overall for the federation, why do we have such a database? I don't get the impression that we do really in any kind of structured way.
Okay. We need to do better scouting. That's definitely, I guess, all that real. What's up with Shay? We should reach on that question about, because I think you especially help with this question on comment section. Why Jamaican think they are entitled to beat these teams? This is probably the biggest margin of win over Martinique, even when we had a first chance. That's very interesting. Speaking of myself, I think we really want to go back to the show about the comments. Very interesting. We should answer that question on Reggae Boyz reactor as well. Meaning what they are. We should answer. We have to go back to the show. Kerry, how fundamental strong your relationship is with US colleges, especially work with young players internationally and local? You have some college links. Yeah, you have college links. Can get to youths to college deals from.
I know some college coaches for a lot of different reasons. I know college coaches because, to be honest, we have a girls program in Mandeville. Like Los Perfectus, that was in the Premier League at one point, is now the team that we have now is a women's team. So we play in the Women's Premier League currently. So even before that, we've had a team on and off for about 10 years. And so I know a lot of college coaches because we placed a lot of those girls in teams abroad. I know college coaches also because I used to run that tournament that the all school teams goes to every late January in Florida. It's a team. I was running that tournament for a couple of years. So obviously, one of the responsibilities was to make sure as many coaches came to watch the players as possible. So I know a lot of coaches do that. And just generally, I've coached in Florida for a long time. So a lot of the times my amateur teams would be based on mostly young players, like high school age players or younger. So a lot of the my players would I would be contacting the coaches for the purpose of trying to get them opportunities. And then now just haphazard, some players from Jamaica that sometimes the coaches are interested in. Even this week, one of the coaches at a Division 1 school in Florida, where I'm in fact, it's my alma mater where I went to school. He was interested in a couple players that just recently played Manning Cup. And so trying to facilitate that. Not anything official, just getting the coach in contact with the player and their guardian and so forth. So yeah, I would say some links.
Yeah, because even me, because this is not. I remember like even me, Alex, hold on. I'm so bringing make you get to ask Kerry a question. I want to ask a question. But even me, was no great baller. Ryan can tell you. He's been bench baller, play Manning Cup 2 years in a row. But the closest I got to a college deal was through a friend of a friend. Somebody knows somebody. So it seems like you have to know somebody or somebody needs to know somebody.
Not necessarily, but it helps. I can tell you it helps for sure. Because a lot of it works like that. Yeah, a lot of it works like that. When I think I posted the same kid I'm talking about from Manning Cup, I posted him. And another coach reached out to me. Not the coach at the team I was talking about, the school I was talking about. And he was asking, does he have a school already? And I said, well, let me reach out to this guy for it. It was a higher level school. So obviously, if you can work out with the Division 1 school, wonderful. I think this coaches at a Division 2 school. So this depends on whatever the opportunities are. But it's harder nowadays because what happened is, especially after COVID, a lot of these schools, some of them program cut out together, sports program. Some of them that would normally give like a full scholarship only give like half scholarship now, which makes it more difficult because you have to find that extra whatever. So yeah, not as easy as it once was.
Yeah, all right. We're going to through them comments here real quick. All right, we have a flash through them. Bam supposed to say Warner missed it for a good reason still. What? Bam? Say less. All over again.
Inside information. So after I jump off the show, I'm going to ask him what was the reason. Because he knows way better than I do.
All over again. That's an all over again moment. Ellis have to be in the squad, say, or music. Who the hell is Bashi? Use the player right name. Boy, we have to get used to both name. We have at the start of the show, I stop. I said Nickyle Ellis. Nickyle Ellis, Daniel. Nickyle Ellis, aka Bashi. Alright, we get to that. I guess we need to get familiar. Most of them get moved and prove that they're not good enough unless they go to some trash league. So that's your opinion on it. And I'm gonna listen to Kerry and stop trying changing the mind. If I have opinion that, I have opinion that. I didn't see him bring Warner Brown and Richard King to the team. Yeah. I get what you say. Alright, let me see. I think we have two interesting. These development games should carry players that are 22 and younger. That's a good, I would say 25 not bad. But 22 and younger, I'm going to get to you. If you say so, and it do some more of a problem. Where I say big up Tony James every time, Manchester High, I go, okay, positive vibration.
Went to the greatest high school in Jamaica, that's nice.
Only people who come from countries.
So one of the comments he skipped over was saying that he had a role in Concacaf as well.
Yeah,
so he was vice president of Concacaf at one point. And I think he was on the committee that chairs the Under-17 World Cup. So that's his claim to fame, though, not mine.
Okay, great in ball play. Big up Sean Blake. Players don't just get lost. It's really poor system. Where is Kai? Where Kai? You go to their cafe? Me, I don't know. There's a bit too much Kai there. Who Kai Miles is? Are you going to their cafe?
Yeah, Kai Miles is the same one that was at KFA and Campion. He was the captain of the U15. Not this last one, but the one before that in 2023 when we got to Concacaf semifinals.
You were the champion, right?
He was a captain, yeah. So he was a captain of U15, but he didn't make the U17 team 2 years later. So he's in Massachusetts now, is the answer.
Kerry, I just want to ask a question. Sorry for cutting you. Kerry, what about the player named Jojo Lombard? I said same name?
Yeah.
Is he still playing?
Yeah. Funny enough, I went to what was that? Last summer. Because my team was actually good last summer and we won the Premier League. I went to watch the last game of the season and the trophy lift. And so that was the same. I think that was the same week as the what was that cup that we played? Unity Cup. So they had the trophy lift on the Saturday. I think Unity Cup was like the Wednesday or something like that. So in between, so I decided
wait, Mama follow. Who had the trophy lift?
Liverpool.
She's a mighty. He's a Liverpool fan. Never walk alone. All right.
So all this time I'm coming on your show, you didn't know I was a Liverpool fan.
No, never walk alone.
Okay.
All right, continue.
So I decided to stay. So I had a couple of days in between. So I actually went to Mr. Never be a tourist of Europe tourist. I went to Barcelona. I went to Barcelona in the morning and I came back to England in the evening. So I just spent a couple of hours in Barcelona to see the sights, to go to Barcelona club and see what it's about. And I'm a big fan of Johan Cruyff. So Johan Cruyff, memorabilia and all that stuff. But going back to Jojo actually plays in Barcelona.
What?
So when he saw the pictures of me at Barcelona, I think it was the next day, he texted me and said, "Hey coach, are you here?" Because he played a club in the city of Barcelona. Matter of fact, I think it's like 30 minutes. Not at Barcelona club itself, but in the city. He plays for one of those clubs currently.
So
yeah,
why has
he didn't get
he not considered for the under 20 though?
for the under 20?
Maybe he's too young.
Good question. I think if I remember correctly, Georgia is at 2008. Remember, he didn't make the U17, not this one that disqualified, but the last one, and that was his age group because I think he's at 2008. So I don't know. I think perhaps I can't speak for the coaches, but I think perhaps they figure they have players that they prefer.
Okay.
Hold on, Alex. I'm just run through them here real quick so we can go back in the ball game. Cause we'll start dribble out wide. Really, no. Too much focus on JPL instead of those already made a move, and that's probably my understanding I come from again because enough time the players them would get moved out of the JPL and Jamaica in general. Same thing happened with them Kerry, out of sight, out of mind, and it's so interesting that a lot of people are called Norman Campbell name today because him score. But it's a thing, it's an ongoing thing. Same thing with Kyle Paris. Like sometimes you're really out of sight, out of mind, and
we don't really follow anything but English league. So if he's playing in the Premier League, or for some reason because historically, culturally, we're tied to England, we will even follow Championship. But if he plays in a league in Scandinavia or in Eastern Europe, the diehard fans may follow him, but you're not going to find people actually watching the games most of the times.
Yeah, and this happens as well to Bam Phillips Academy in Massachusetts. It's like once youths them get move to sell another. What I don't know what exactly it is, King. I see it's official that we will play DR Congo now. Nigeria lose the FIFA case. Really, that's a fact. All right, I need to go. I need to. You hear anything about this as well?
No, I heard that this week that they were having a renewed whatever to make a decision, but I haven't heard of any. I saw a fake one that said that they overturned it and that Nigeria is not going to be, but it ended up being fake. So no, I haven't heard anything different. All
right, we're gonna double check that. Fire reminder for like of the video and Kerry and a good Damien better than you. Where is Damien? I'm assuming that's your brother.
That's weird because normally them said Dwayne is better. Damon is my brother that's closest in age to me, so he's a year and a half older than me. And then I have a younger brother, Dwayne, that's 4 years younger than me. But most people will say, most people that don't have any sense will say one of the other two are better. And they'll normally say that it's the younger one. So yeah, maybe that person went to school with Damon and he's biased. I don't know.
I'm bridging positive vibration. Players getting the last between age group. Shake my head. Kerry did coach at Coconut Creek Park in Fort Lauderdale. I think they have some real good players. Yeah, Jamaican players. They have some real good Jamaican players. Coconut Creek Park. Am I a place at Kerry?
Coconut Creek Park. Yeah, I don't know. I know where it is. I just don't know who he's talking about. As cause for concern. All right, so is Jamaica beating Martinique by only 2 goals a cause for concern, given we're at not to me. What do you think about that? Not to me personally. Not particularly. because remember the squad of domestic-based players.
Mm.
I can't say I know much about Martinique these days. Martinique used to be one of the stronger teams in the Caribbean, but that was a while ago. I think the last time we played, I think, was when we still had the Caribbean Cup. Martinique was always one of the stronger teams, probably one of the top, I don't know, 6-7 teams in the Caribbean at least. But recently, yeah, we haven't played them often, so it's hard to judge.
Yeah, Bolivia played a tune-up. So everybody, again, when they asked about the question, when Speedo was on the show, and he actually answered it to say that probably, I don't remember which team Coach Speed did say.
Bolivia was one.
I think him did say he would try to get Bolivia or something like that.
Yeah.
Somebody snooping. So, yeah. JC say, one Kai Mills, free Kyle with a hashtag. What is this? This seems like a protest in a Jason.
Yes, that protest is a little bit late, maybe about a year.
Yeah, I said
a year and a half late.
But is he playing club football though?
Say again?
Is he playing club football?
He plays at that school, because he plays, I don't know if the school is related to the academy, but like, for example, when we had U17, not this last one, but the one before, he would go with that academy, whichever one it was, and play tournaments in Europe. I think they play MLS next also. So like when we had a U17 camp, he actually had a camp where they were playing against Manchester United, for example, at the academy. So he's been playing for that academy for a little while.
King Town a country to Mandeville youth them time there. What is some town people?
Mandeville is the second city or not really? Is it Montreal? Alright, I'm just biased because I'm from there.
Java Jackson, they get started for you country thing. Yeah, man, country and town thing will never stop. Sorry, did he answer the Chega? Now, hold on, we'll get to that. That's what we are going to know. Why haven't the national program picked up on Japan EC stopper? Japanese football because we play them in a Gold Cup and hardly could have beat them. Will play them in a Gold Cup? Will play Martinique in a Gold Cup?
Wasn't it Guadeloupe? Maybe he's mixing it up with
Guadeloupe. Yeah, mixing up with Guadeloupe. Yeah, I guess
we definitely could barely beat Guadeloupe because we were up 2-1 and then nearly killed us the last 20 minutes of that game.
Exactly. So yeah, back to the reasoning of the ball game. Back in the ball game again. All right, so I'm going to put up the picture again and we'll talk about this already. And this is why I reached to that segment of the ball game. Kerry segment, I would say. Maybe Gardner posting, put him in the senior squad for the qualifiers, let him have the experience, whether he makes 11 or the bench or not. No. Jamar Nolan.
That post is from Bibi?
Actually, Ricardo Baby Gardner Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So,
nice.
Very interesting. When we take a look at Jamar Nolan winning best player of the tournament, meaning overall qualifiers, including USA players and Mexico players and every player, right? Right. Every player. So Jamari actually won that. Now, interestingly enough, Jamari actually, the Reggae Boyz U20 team actually begins their qualification tomorrow. So it's under 20 championship first round group B we're in. And we'll actually begin our qualifications tomorrow where we have a game against, I think, a Bonnier. I don't know the flag them right. I think a Bonnier we have. Yeah. Tomorrow at 7 p.m. All I game them play 7 o'clock people. So I come like we play every other day. So if you realize we play 23rd, 25th, the 27th, the first and I think one game is
third.
The third and the last game?
Yeah, the third.
Yes. Yeah, so basically every other day the youth team play. So you know, so starting tomorrow, every other day, the U20 team will play. Now, the interesting thing about this U20 team is currently on screen, right? CM Jamari again. So Jamari just qualified the under-17 team, or help to qualify. I'm going to diminish their side with them again. Because to me, Lyle had the man of the match performance in the final. But honestly, Jamari winning player of the tournament actually is just. And him making this U20 team again, in my opinion, is just. Now, with BBC, a national team actually make it so ironic because under 17, under 20 national team, fine, whatever. Fair trade. They get me and say, if I saw so. And if BBC says so, who am I to say otherwise? Now, what's very interesting to me is that if the U20 team can actually pull this off, Jamar will qualify a U17 team and a U20 team in the same year? Has that ever been done?
From a Jamaican point of view,
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever qualified teams that close, have we?
Exactly. Yeah, definitely not in the same.
Not in the same time period, no. We've had younger players because Jamari is at 2009 and he's playing U20, which is 2007 oldest, so he's 2 years young, which is fairly rare, but it's happened before. All the way back in 2016, I think when Tyreek McGee was playing and Javane Brown, they played in 2016 and then they came back and played 2018 because they were so young in 2016. So I definitely don't think there's anything wrong with just identifying, okay, we have a prodigy here, and saying, okay, even if he's 2 years younger, he's just better than the other players that are 2 years older. Yeah. So I don't think we should be, I think we made this mistake maybe in the past where we look at a player and say, well, he's 2009 and the tournament is 2008. So let's pick the 2008s. So yeah, I am a proponent of looking at all the players. Yes, most of the players for 2007 tournament is going to be older, but if the younger players are better, pick the younger player. That's how I see it.
So I guess this is the famous case of if you're good enough, you're old enough, then kind of. Yeah, so basically, they say, Commander, it's a rumor started in Nigeria that decision was made regarding their protest submitted to FIFA. 1999, U17, and 2000. This is it. I think there was
99 and 2001.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's an interesting research for you to do. Because there is at least one player, I think, that played. Not the same, obviously, you were talking about the same year, but yeah, in 2 years back between 99 and 01.
Yeah.
I know for sure there's at least one player. Just don't remember who it was. There is at least one player that played both. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think there's one at least
2 years apart. That's 2 years apart though. So like a U17 player, player in 2 years would be 19 and he would be playing U20. So a matter of fact, there should be more than if you think about it.
So
a 2 year gap, there should be quite a few.
So Bam said Alex Thomas. And JS says Shavar. Wait, Shavar the name Shavar Thomas. Probably one mix up. Alex for sure, not Shavar. Oh, it's Alex Thomas. Oh, can me always mix up the Thomas them twins. So I guess somebody mixed them up. But
I'm saying Alex, yeah.
Yeah, I guess Bam is right. So I understand this. Nolan shouldn't be playing U20. Use the players with proper age. When me. Same I say,
who's saying that?
Why would you say him too young?
Nolan shouldn't be playing U20. Use the players with the proper age. What is the proper age?
What am I trying to say?
What does proper age mean? You mean that we should use 2007s because solely for the fact that they're 2007s? I don't believe in that. No.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Coming. That's crazy. What did that? With Flemo 2. We did that. Oh, we did that with Flemo 2. Okay. So all right, so yeah. So back to the ball game. So very interesting lineup, people. Again, I don't know if we can run through this real quick because the expert is here last time. The expert gave a breakdown of the U17. I don't know if we can do it real quick. We're gonna try to do it real quick, Kerry. I'm off to use up all the expertise real quick. All right, so 3 goalkeepers. Again, remember me talk about Joshua Grant. Remember me telling you the keeper reminded me of Joshua Grant for some reason. You tell me say me the second person assist. So we're not really talk about Joshua Grant again. We know Joshua Grant by now. I think Joshua Grant did get invited to one senior team as well, right? If you remember certain
he was in one of those camps when we had, I think it was Trinidad we played. When we had those series against Trinidad, the local, mostly domestic-based players. A few American.
So we're not going to build on Joshua Grant. I think I'm going to play USL with Naples FC now, right? If maybe send them around currently. Janai Stedman, Stets Elite, and Carlisle Tingling against Stets Elite. What's Stets Elite?
I think it's a club that is aligned with Stets itself. With so this is a Stets goalkeeper that won the B Cup. He was one of the goalkeepers that went to the U17 last year.
Okay.
Stedman, yeah.
And Tingling, anything about Tingling? Carlisle Tingling, Montego Bay?
Tingling is a player from, is it Montego Bay? He was in the programs last year as well, because I think he's at 2008. So yeah, so good to see him because I think he's a good keeper. I think they have 3 good keepers. As a matter of fact, I think they have 4 good keepers because there was one overseas-based keeper that didn't make the final cut. I think maybe partially because we have a quota on the youth teams.
Yeah.
So even though we didn't end up picking the quota, I think we ended up picking 5 instead of 7. But originally, in terms of the overseas players that they were looking at, they were looking at other players that maybe dropped out. So
yeah, the quota is supposed to be up to 7, but not more than 7 in terms of the
7 automatically that the coach can pick at his discretion, and then after 7, if he wants more than 7, he has to justify it to the technical committee, as far as I understand.
Okay, understood. All right, then let me send this real quick because I wanted these as well real quick. So yeah, defenders Marlon Van de Watering.
Even though that's how I say it in English, but when you talk to him and he says his name, it doesn't sound anything like that. So I guess it's because I don't know Dutch, but the way that he pronounces it is way different than Marlon Van de Watering. But that's his, plays in Holland.
Holland. So this is a Dutch heritage player, I'm gonna assume, right?
Yeah, Dutch heritage player. So by the name, you can tell that the father is the one that's Dutch, and the I don't know if it's the mother that's Jamaican or if it's a grandparent link, but yes. So he's been in camp. He came to the last camp, and now he made the final team. So he's a wingback.
He's a wingback. Okay, I was wondering the same thing when we see the name, and I'm like, this one is very interesting. He's probably the standout name in terms of interesting names there. He's a fullback.
There was another wingback, opposite side wingback that came to the camp from Manchester United, Plunkett, but unfortunately he got injured during the camp, so he had to return home for treatment.
All right, my kind of the only reason I use this again, because this I give me the data birth. I use that one for now. What would it do? So we have Grant. That one kind of prefer one kind of I don't know. I have to do this all over again. All right, fine. Look at this side. This Earl Dennis. This is Earl Dennis of Mount Pleasant. And Deshaun Talbert of Cavaliers. Anything about those two?
Yeah, Earl is the player that was in our U17 last year. He actually started in that last game against El Salvador and got toward the end of the game he got injured, which kind of caused that issue because of replacement wise. But he's a player from Mount Pleasant. Can play defensive mid, can play either one of the wing backs. So like a versatile player. And then Talbert is you said a player from Cavalier. I think he used to go to JC. He was telling me today. I didn't even realize that. I think he went 1 year to JC, played when he was younger, and then apparently he was at JC but couldn't play. He's a JC FC somewhat production.
But wait. You actually said we would have had a player from Manchester United, like while we just talked about. You know what that fly over me? Is it Manchester United Academy?
Academy, yeah.
Remind me name one more time.
I think his first name is Dante Plunkett. His last name is Plunkett. Okay,
people, remember that in here and an injury get injured, John Star.
And so what you think about with the format of this tournament, remember it's not like U17, it's in 2 different phases. So this stage is a Caribbean phase, and then if we top the group, then we'll play against the big boys in the summer. So
you'd expect Okay, people hear that. So we expect for here, if possible, we get probably even in pocket.
Plunkett.
Pockets. People. If I look for him for Manchester United, I'll go over there and look for him and make sure so follow him and do the right thing. Kai McLean from Inter Miami. I think Kai was kind of just played under 17. I see him kind of right?
Kai was part of that last U17. He was part of the U15 before that, 2023, the one that got to the semi-final of Concacaf. So he was actually part of those scouting camps that we did in Florida. Andrew Peart liked him for the U15. He picked him, and then picked him again. We picked him again for the under-17 2 years later. And then now Coach Austin said he wanted to see him. So we got him to camp in Jamaica. Coach liked him, and he's now in the team. So yeah, developing from U15 to U17 to U20 in 3 different cycles.
That's a good look. And jump, I think Owen Jump been there as well. Mount Pleasant,
Yeah.
Owen Jump.
Yeah, so a lot of those U17 players that also played U15 2 years earlier are in the team. So Earl is one, Kai is one, and Jump is another. So yeah, Jump is also at Mount Pleasant currently, number 6.
Jaime Douglas, also seen Mount Pleasant, not hear a lot about him.
Yeah, Jaime Douglas is another player from Mount Pleasant. He's a 2008. So by age, he was eligible to play U17 last year, but for whatever reason, he didn't come to camps. And now I think he's one of the main midfielders in the U20. So good to see him get this chance this time around. Okay,
Giovanni Taylor, I think most of us would have been familiar with Giovanni Taylor and play Premier League for Arnold. My favorite Taylor son or something?
Yeah, Fabian Taylor's son. So this is another one in addition to Earl and to Kai and to Jump. This is another player that started with the U15 in 2023 and then made the U17 squad in 2025. And then now he's in U20. So if you notice the trend it's actually quite a few 2008s are in the team, even though it's a 2007 tournament. And I guess it's just because the coach looked at the players, because obviously we had a lot of 2007s in camp. And when the coach looked at the players, he just felt that these players were better. So yeah.
Okay, and Jabbar, well, me know Jabbar, well, I'm gonna post him one of his great goals for JCFC.
JCFC.
Yeah, but I think most people don't know. But what can you say about Jabbar? More pleasant him actually, not even the realities.
Yeah. Another good midfielder. A lot of the midfielders remind me of each other.
Yeah, they mix me up because say Jabbar remind me of Lyle, but actually no there. So I guess we'll get around to that. But why Jabbar remind me of Lyle? Why?
Of Lyle? Oh no, he doesn't remind me of Lyle.
Who remind you?
Of Jamon? Maybe Dennis. I think you remind me a little bit of Dennis. And Dennis can play wide.
Well,
Paul can also play wide.
Jabbar go JC, no JC Lyle go to.
Yes.
It's a problem.
Yeah,
JC.
it could be the JCFC thing.
But what you say? Jabbar remind you of Jamoy Dennis?
A little bit. I don't know why. Because I think both of them, Jamoy tends to play on the wing. But I think he can play centrally also, and I think we've seen him in some of the camps playing centrally. And even though Howell is mainly a center midfielder, we've also seen him on the wing also in the camps. So, yeah, good player.
Good player, Jabari. Sean Layton again. Sean Layton has been one of the. I think everybody knows Sean Layton. What more can we say? Like what I can say about Sean Layton is deceptive. Like the first time I see him, I'm like,
yeah,
he's very deceptive. But I guess everybody knows. What you have to say about Sean Layton? Wait, I want to guess gone. I guess Ghana people. I guess get kicked off from what that Ocean Layton. But people use the opportunity to smash the like, I use the opportunity to jump in the comment section and talk a bit about. But for me, people, Sean Layton, I think I would say magic. I think Sean Layton just have something special about him. I guess numbers don't lie either in terms of what he's doing in the Manning Cup. But yeah, what you have to say about Sean Layton?
Yeah, I'm saying that Sean Layton is Ekitike. That's who he reminds me of.
That is the player. That is the player.
So I think the nickname kind of stick as well. So
yeah, them call him Ekitike?
Say again?
Them call him Ekitike?
Well, I call him Ekitike, and now I hear the players calling him Ekitike. So
that is the player, man.
Yeah, so that's obviously the Mona player and Chapelton Maroons now, right? He's plays in the Premier League as well. Scored a very good goal the other day, I think last week. So yeah, deceptive. Him can play. He's kind of a hybrid player. They play him a lot on the wing. Him can play up front as well.
Which foot him use?
Kind of two-footed.
Him two-footed. Because
Played mostly on the when he's playing on the wings,
right.
plays on the left and cutting.
Left. As Kerry did tell me, say he was both footed, but why am I just always see me think him dominant left footed? All right, let me give an example. Dembele is very two-footed, but I think Dembele is left.
The goal that he scored the other day, was it with his right foot? I'm trying to remember. He scored a good goal. Yeah. With his right foot versus left foot.
But I always say this, like Dembele, we know he's two-footed, right? That Usman Dembele. Two-footed, but I think him left foot and strong foot. Let me give an example. City by two baller, City by Cherky and City by Semenyo. Both of them are two-footed. But in my opinion, Cherky, left foot and dominant foot, always two-footed. And I think Semenyo, right foot and dominant foot, even though, in my opinion and from my observation. So as two-footed as them want to be, I think most players have a dominant foot, no matter how two-footed them be.
Yeah.
So that's how I answer this time. But we can move right along. But yeah, Ekitike, that Danny, I always wonder myself which ball I remind me of, because you find the perfect one. Jana Stedman, unattached. Very interesting. Unattached. Jana
Stedman is who we just talked about, is the goalkeeper. Well, I don't know if that Stets Academy, I don't know if they're officially a club or whatever, but yeah, he plays. His main thing is he plays for Stets, and then he plays for that club that's attached to Stets. So yeah, he was the Stets goalkeeper that won that shootout in the League Cup final, making that last save.
Okay, and Dujuan with a known Dujuan from the U17 again. Question. Because in the play left back in the U17, we actually have a left-footed left back in that team. Tell me if you have a left-footed left back in that spot.
Well, you have Brandon Vance, which is a player that plays in Florida. I think he plays for Miami FC. So he's left-footed. He played in the under-17, not this last one, not the one before, but the one before that. So the one where Adrian Reed was playing and Joshua was playing U17 at that time. Brandon was in that team. So I think at the time he was at Inter Miami, and now he's playing for Miami FC. So he's the left back. Yeah. Left back. Okay, good. Because so possibly you could say, depending on who the coach chooses, possibly could say Dujuan playing on the right. Okay, instead. Okay, yeah, because we know say Dujuan right, they do an excellent job. Kerry will play left back again. But for me personally, my personal preference, I love left-footed ballers in general. Because I love my left back. It also brings a balance to the team, especially not so much on the wing anymore, because like very rarely you even see a left winger that's left-footed. Normally the left-footed players play on the right wing. But in terms of the wing backs, normally you want to have a left-footed left back on the left and a right-footed right back on the right to provide you with that width and that ability to cross the ball and so forth. So yeah, it's always good to have balance in the team. Even, to be honest, even nowadays, not so much in the past, but nowadays even at centre back, you want to have a left-footed centre back as opposed to just any players playing on the left side of the centre back.
Yeah, I think mid and read are I think I understand why as well. But you're perfectly right. But not much to say about Dujuan Berger. What we know about Dujuan Berger?
Well, the only thing you want to say about Dujuan Berger is, along with Jamari, he's a 2009 in a team where the oldest age he can be is 2007. So it tells you about what the coaches think about those two players to pick them all the way from U17 and just put them into the team a couple of weeks later. Yeah, and Dujuan again, just like Jamari, if them actually qualified, they would have been qualifying with two teams. Because two of them alone make it from the U17, right? Yeah, 2009.
No, but Kai was U17 as well.
Kai was U17, but not this last one. Kai was U17 the last time. Yeah, 2025.
So who am I mixing up with? What kind of?
You're thinking about Kai Williamson. Yeah. So you and Bam. I don't want to tell Bam business, but you and Bam might have the same mix-up.
Yeah.
So yeah, Kai Williamson is the midfielder, and funny enough, both of them are from Inter Miami. So Kai Williamson is the midfielder from Inter Miami. Kai is the centre back from Inter Miami. Yeah.
That is why we mix them up because we didn't want to see it Inter Miami. So that is how we mix them up. All right, but continue. Odin Berger, Odin Wilberforce. Odin Wilberforce Cavaliers forward. You know in 2007.
Yeah.
Anything about it?
Yeah, so first of all, I think it's good that he's been recently back in the Cavalier team. He scored a goal the other day. I think he was, I don't know what the reason was, but he wasn't playing as much for Cavalier or even in the squads. And I think of recent he's been, and I think it shows in his form because he can play mostly on the wing, I would say. One of the options on the wing, in addition to, like Sean Layton and others, where you get goal scoring and goal creating production from the wing. So yeah, another good option for us in that position.
Rickwan Campbell Dennis, Toronto.
So Rickwan Campbell Dennis is the same along the lines of all those other players we're talking about, Gio and Kai and Earl and Jump, because Rickwan was supposed to be part of the 2023 U15. He was one of the 3 players scouted that Coach Pierre wanted, but he didn't get his passport in time. So he wasn't able to play that U15 tournament. But 2 years later, he made the U17 team and he was a starting number 10. So this was a player that Coach Austin asked me to find out about and find a way to get him to camp. And he came to camp just like how Cam McLean did, and he impressed the coach. And yeah, he's in the squad, so he played the last U17 as a number 10. And he can also play on the wing. When he first came to our camps, he was actually playing on the wing. And then that last game,
was defense. No, it's a defense.
Yeah, I think some of those things are listed incorrectly in Concacaf. I think you also see Kai McLean listed as a forward or something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Santana Edley, Portmore.
Yeah, Santana is a player that plays for, is it Eltham? The team that was really good in Manning Cup this year until almost until the end.
Come on, we know him name. Eltham, was it Eltham? I think it was. I know. Come on,
yeah. And now he plays for Portmore, so he's a midfielder by trade, probably a number 8. But he's versatile because they've tried him at different times in different positions, including centre back. So I think they're a little bit more stocked at centre back than they were when they were doing that. But obviously he can play there, but I think he's mainly a number 8. Good number 8.
Yeah, I think I've been watching Manning Cup and Santana is like, no disrespect to the rest of you, them big up on themselves, but Santana was like a one-man team, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's what it was. It was so funny.
He's popular too, because I would sometimes when I'm in Jamaica, I go to Manning Cup and the custom game. So I had a post that I did on Instagram with like all the games that I went to for that week, which is a lot of games. So I had pictures with a lot of players. So like multiple people sent me a message and asked, so you can't take a picture of Santana. And it was unfortunate because I'd never been to Eltham. And still up to this day, I've never been to Eltham game. So I was trying to see if I could make it to one, but it didn't work out. So finally got to take a picture at the where they played at Stets in the All Manning and All Augusta Cup game, so that his fans could be satisfied.
You talk about Brendan Ben, but before you talk about Brendan Ben, let me say this first. Big up Brendan Ben. My co-producer, which him kind of not really doing work out behind the scene. Him probably in bed right now. I think at one time him tell people for like up the life that Fire brother who me grew up with, which is my cousin, not blood, but basically, who grew up. Mother best friend, cousin kind of one. Cousin that Fire brother who grew up together, basically, it's his brother. They get me, I say, it's a long time. Fire tell me about, say, bro, have a brother play ball. Brendan Bent, a long time. So every time he met the team, them said meet and everybody was excited. So apparently, Bent and my family, which men don't know, but I should know a lot more about him, to be honest. Don't come for me no Fire. But yes, so Brendan Bent actually family in a way, but you have to tell about him because I know the match.
Yeah, so that's the left-footed left back that you want. So you can play left back. You can also play left midfield. Those are the 2 main positions I think he plays. Like I said, he used to play at Inter Miami. I think when he was playing with the U17 in 2020, what year was that? 2024, I think. He was playing at Inter Miami at the time. So now he's playing for Miami FC, which is one of those USL teams that also plays in Miami. So he's one of the ones that the coach wanted to take a look at, because the coach was adamant for the most part of he wants to see the players before he can pick them, even if they have a track record of playing for Jamaica before. So he came to camp, impressed the coach, and then he was in the final team. So good for him.
Okay. Orel Miller, Portmore United is a midfielder.
So Orel Miller is another one along those lines of all those other players that I was telling you about before, because he was in that 2023 U15. He was in U17 last year. And now he is in U20. So he plays at Glenmuir. He's a striker, but I know at Glenmuir they had the big striker, right? Kirky, they call him, Orion Watson. So a lot of the times you'll find Chin playing. Chin is a nickname. Chin playing on the wing a lot. So it's open to whether he'll be playing mostly in this tournament on the wing or forward. So it just depends on what the coach prefers. But yeah, he's another player that came through that whole that group of players that played 2023 U15. There's a lot of them in this team.
Okay, and while we're talking about Carlisle thinking, so I'm gonna finish with Clever Nugent from Mount Pleasant. I think we talked about him already.
No, we didn't talk about Clever yet. There are so many more Pleasant players that you.
Oh, yeah,
but there's a lot. He's the latest in the Mount Pleasant stream of players. But yeah, he's also a 2008. Similar to Jaheim, didn't get a chance to come to camps for U17 last year. And now he's in the U20 this year. So another good player, a winger. It's funny, like I joke all the time that the last time I saw Tyreek Magee, he was telling me, like, he was gushing about Clever Nugent, and he was saying Clever Nugent has it all, and all he needs is people to work with him. Yeah, apparently he's a very big fan of Clever Nugent. Who knows why?
Yes, the magician. Remember, so that's the magician.
It's a high recommendation. But yeah, he's a good player. Winger, obviously, he played B Cup. He played Premier League. Even last year, he was getting some games in the Premier League. I know, obviously, with more players now, it's very difficult because you think about these players, Earl and Jump and Jaheim and Clever, very good young players. As a matter of fact, if they were at another club, they probably would be playing a lot more. You could definitely see them playing in the Premier League. The problem with Mount Pleasant, obviously, is they have so many players and they have so many senior players. That's very hard for a younger player to break in. But yeah, I think he's a good player. Plays on the wing, tricky. So yeah, I'm glad to see him in this team.
Yeah, so that pretty much rounds up the expert. But before you leave expert, you don't know, I have a few other things you want to just get the input on before you leave, because people can't get no more expert analysis than it's not
fake expert. How you know? By the way, how you know all this thing that I'm telling you is true?
Well, here's the thing.
I could just make it up,
So every time you tell me something, I'm gonna do my research. I know you're gonna get one wrong.
Oh, wow.
So unless one idea, then I'm gonna do my research. Because yes, I do actually go back. Not all the time, I go back to the best of my ability. I'm gonna do as best as I can for the research.
Yeah.
Every time I go back, I know you're not getting nothing wrong. So I treat it like how we treat bomb sports, and I treat it like how people treat Fabrizio Romano. Well, yeah, let me just add these few. So, all right, so I brought up this. This was 2006. Let me just bring up this. 2006. All right, very interesting. So, in doing all of this, why am I bring up 2006? All right, so in doing all of this, it take me back to this 2004 squad. So, I end up, for some reason, I end up going to look on the old squad, and I end up going to look on the last couple they call them qualifications, to just refresh my memory of some of the players and refresh my memory of some of what one. But I think before we reach right here, so I think let me do this before, because this is off you as well, to be honest. I hear segment this somebody kind of only this thing removed so I can add this and then I continue. All right, so ready now. So when this was posted on Bomb Sports, big up Bomb Sports again, people, a lot of this information. I tell you, but what would we do without Bomb Sports? So ironic again, comments again, because this is something me like for everybody like to click the comment section and so the first name that came up again, people, what was very interesting or what is very interesting about this squad is that you don't hear a lot of complaints, but the complaints in my did. Big up yourself, Nickyle Hamilton, Maestro Bala, impose and say,
Nickyle Hamilton used to play the Cavalier?
Yeah. Okay. What the M square I think go. What the by the way the man do a R9 alone mess them thing there. You saw the play, right?
I didn't see it. No.
You didn't hear about it? You have to go look for it, Nickyle.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out.
Me I tell you, one Ramos, you know what we call Ramos? Elastico. But the only R9 alone me ever see that. Like literally, I've never seen another player do it. Go check it out. Anyways, impose and ask if Dam play cricket. You know what? There's something go.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. What do you think on that one?
Just in my own personal view, I think Dam is a very good player. So I was surprised. Not to see him in the camps. I've been to some of them. To be honest with you, I haven't been to all. Yeah. So I don't know if he was at some camps. I don't get the impression he was, which was surprising to me because he was in the last U17. You notice how much of the last U17 players did actually pick in the team.
Yeah.
And Dam ended up being the starting right back for that team.
Really?
So to be honest, I would have expected to see him. Yeah. Yeah, he was playing right back. Remember, I said play in midfield for Excelsior.
Yeah.
But for the national team, he was playing right back.
Oh, interesting. So now people, we know Dam because he went to my alma mater and win Manning Cup. This is Dam. Play for Cup.
And such a good season this year.
Exactly. So I'm going to check him age 2008, as you can see, 17.
Yeah.
Age. Now, what interesting about this is that Nicholas Hamilton, former Cavaliers, asked for the Cavaliers ball. And again, I think there's not a lot of narrative out there when time a Cavalier ball doesn't make it. Because we know the narrative. And there's not a narrative. A lot of narrative to say that more likely if you're with certain clubs, you're more likely to make it. Especially Mount Pleasant. There's no two way about it. One of them teams have the most Mount Pleasant players in them. I don't know how. We get mixed up sometimes. But the narrative can't go around and say, he might get fight out because him there one club. I never hear somebody say a player get fight out because they are Cavaliers. So, whatever reason that is, okay, I don't know if he play cricket or not, but I don't know why.
I can understand Nicholas' sentiment though.
Because I'm a Cavaliers man.
No, not so much the Cavaliers thing. I just think Dam is a good player. So I was surprised as well not to see him in there. Because obviously the squad is what the coach decides. Like you have to decide balance and all these different things to choose your squad. But I would have thought we'd have seen him at camp. Okay, so the next question now came up with Gringo asks, no Shea Garden. And somebody said puzzled me too. And then the great Kerry is on here to say that didn't get released. So yeah, actually responded in the comment section publicly. So I'm not sure why I did that, by the way. But yeah, yeah. So yeah, I don't think we necessarily have to get into the details as to why he wasn't released, but I think it was really the club decision. Yeah. So again, just like how we talked about Plunkett's, this is a 2-stage qualification. Yeah. So hopefully we can do our job and qualify for the next round, and then hopefully we'll at some point sit here in the squad if the coaches decide to choose him. Okay, so Kerry answered in the comment section as well. What I also say is, in a lot of these situations where the club are not releasing the players, I think you're probably more likely to see the club release the players in June or whenever the next round is, as opposed to this round, because I think we've seen that in the past as well. So hopefully we can qualify, and then we can think about that at a later time. Okay, get it. Because me myself, I have to go do my research and educate myself. Somebody else tagged you this time and say it's the same for Seymour Reid and Jamani Bell, which first before we bring up where the response was bring up Shea Gardner because they kind of look
want to know exactly what him age was. Because I don't know why my mind was him at 19. But I'm going to have to check what him age was and him date of birth and all of that. So Shea Gardner, people, is the son of the legend himself, the same legend we say we put Nolan in the first team, Ricardo, Baby Gardner, the legend, legend of legends. Same left foot. So someone who use left foot like him father. I guess it runs in the family, isn't me? 18-year-old left-footed Shea Gardner playing League One over there in Stockport County. Actually, so far he played 13 games, 602 minutes. So that is Shea Gardner.
Yeah, he was in the squad. What's today? Sunday. He was in the squad yesterday. I don't think he played, but he was in the squad. He was on the bench.
Yeah, man, I think
he was also part of the. Well, he wasn't part of the U17, but that same U17 that I was talking about with Adrian Reed and when Joshua was U17, he actually went to that tournament. He was selected in the 21, but he went as one of the three extra players, I guess, for experience. So he's been around the programs before.
Okay, yeah, it's a League One yesterday, get 0 minutes in League One. So he was on the bench. I think I saw a post where
I'm always looking at Stockport County, go to SofaScore and Stockport County just to see if he's in the squad or if he get a game.
Yeah,
so last game he played was in the cup, I think. One of the cups.
Yeah, so it's clear surely, second nationality Jamaica, and that goes without saying. Him father, that one, we leave off Axe, Shea Gardner, Baby Gardner, we leave off Axe, definitely. But this was what was your response? Somebody else asked about what going for the Cohen youth to play for. What was the question before? Or Jamani Bell. I think, let me see. Because him say Seymour Reed and Jamani. I think probably we'll go back to that. Or you got inside, just in case we go back to that. So somebody else asked what going for Cohen youth would play for Glenmere and Portmore. And your response was too old. You have to be 2007 or younger, which also educated me as well.
Yes, I think he was he talking about, I think he was talking about Dustin Cohen, right? Dustin 2006, last U20. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically again, so people if you not listen now, before you ask for the ball, make sure say them 2007 are younger. Because I was having a conversation and my brother asked, what about for the ball? And every time we check the ball at them age, them too. So I said some people actually don't actually know.
Because a couple people asking about two other players. One was Malachi, two players that played for us before. One was Malachi Molina and one was Nick Simmons.
Yeah.
Both of them played in our last U20 as younger players, but they're 2006s as opposed to 2007s. Yeah.
Judgment. So yeah, people. So those that speak for itself. Now the Terrence Williams, we don't know why we have Terrence Williams. Again, Terrence Williams would have been 19 2006, not when Manning Cup Kimali Scott no. But this is Kimali Scott at 2007. Did you answer about Kimali Scott?
I don't think I did answer about either of those two.
Okay, but Kimali Scott again, is Dam Dam and Kimali Scott both?
Yeah, is it are you on mute? I can't hear you.
What about Kimali Scott though?
Not sure. Kimali Scott at least came to a camp because I was at the camp where he was at. So again, that's just a coach's decision. Which those two Excelsior players were two standout players, both Dam Dam and I think what they call him Raj. So coach just decided, I guess, that he wanted someone different.
Okay, I don't think we never screenshot the Jamani.
Jamani Bell.
I think it's a Seymour never get released.
Seymour is a similar situation to who was the other player that you just mentioned?
Shea Gardner.
Yeah, similar situation with release from club. Jamani Bell was a slightly more complicated one, I think. But I don't want to go into the details, but what I can say is that Jamani Bell was in the mind of the coaching staff, but it didn't work out. And I think hopefully that's also a similar situation to the other two, in that it's a two-stage qualification. And that whatever happened where it didn't work out, hopefully he's available if the coaches want him for the next round, if we qualify.
Okay. All right.
It's interesting
Let's
because those three players were players that because I was doing some help with the U20 in terms of reaching out to the overseas based parents in a similar way I did with U17. And those
Yeah.
are three players that the coaches specifically mentioned to me. I didn't bring them up. The coaches did. So I know the coaches are interested in all three of those players.
Okay, I'm gonna bring this up bigger because that way too small. I'm not heard people because you can't see that on screen, right? It's too fine. Okay, I'm gonna bring it up bigger and moving forward. People we get people big up everybody in our chat and we can't get more informative than this. We can't, it's impossible. So yeah, as I was saying that I was looking at the past squads. When did they bring up to 2004? Yeah. So it's a reason why I done this. I go through it to see how the playoff works, to see them, and to see some of the players them and see. So Joshua Grant, as I said, was in the last U20 qualification. I want to name them, stand out to me. Let me see if Javier Williams, Nashada, Adrian Reed Jr. was one of the names that was stand out. Dustin Cohen, I think I played him after about 2006. Mackay Welch, I think Leighton Orient, Fabian. So here we had a few. Probably this was the last round. This was a squad.
I think that was actually the round that I went to in St. Kitts. That was the first round. Where we played in St. Kitts and we won all 3 games. And then obviously the wheels kind of fell off in the last part of the qualification. So I don't know if that's the final roster. But yeah, that sounds like the first round in St. Kitts.
Christopher Ainsworth is another name that's Alexander Bignell, Orion Watson, Fabian Reynolds though from Wolverhampton. I think he's probably still at Wolves. Mackay Welsh from Lane Orient. So we were able to get a few English-based players. Along and Dustin Cohen is there as well. So that was 2004-1. So let's look at, I think I have 2002, yes, sir. Just free. I don't know why I'm ending up 2002 and 2006, right? All right, so this is 2002-1. Very interesting. I just do it for the fun night. Name was stand out from the 2000. Cara Anderson. People, Cara Anderson is there. Cara Anderson actually one name would matriculate to the senior team. Let me see, Jada Anderson. Luke Bradley Morgan, one team. This is Chelsea FC at the time. I think so, one defender. Luke Bradley Morgan, one team.
I think I went to that tournament also. It was in Guatemala.
Okay, that one Abdelana Splat. Alexander Bignell again, Romain Blake. What's there? So interesting. Tariq Zimenez people. Tariq Zimenez was here. John Mara Calvin actually they play good football for you.
John Mara Calvin was in that team?
See John Mara Calvin, yes, sir.
I don't even remember Calvin being in that team.
Yeah, John Mara Calvin named today. Devontae Campbell. Jamari Clark. Did they already name that?
Jamari Clark. Chad James was also in that team.
Yeah, Clark.
Yeah.
Chad James. Let me see. Yeah, so some very interesting names. I go do my research and book up back pandemic. I'm just go bring them up back. But I have 2 interesting things to talk about before me ask the expert about. So I saw this. This is a current Haiti U20 team for this year, 2006. I'm gonna see it in the camera. I got through the rest of the other teams. And for me personally, this made me proud. I'm gonna say Miguel Joseph, I'm gonna say Emerson, Liz, I never 3 of them. And Franco Celestin.
Franco.
And it's a Jamaica beside it, and I'm like, Jano Star. This actually me. I don't know why I'm proud. I don't know if I need to be proud, but I've never.
You feel proud because they were at Mount Pleasant?
Because it's a Jamaica. I can't recall seeing a lot of national teams. When them club team, I see JAM beside it.
If it's not Jamaica, right? If the national team is not Jamaica.
if the national team is not Jamaica, tell me if this was ever a thing in the past. You can recall?
No, but we never really had a more pleasure before in terms of the ability to fund. Because normally that going to get overseas players for your. Because remember, these are overseas players that came as academy players first.
Yeah.
And then Franco obviously made the first team. But normally, even with our, I guess in modern times now, some of the high schools are recruiting for players from Guyana and all these other countries. But from a professional point of view, I don't think we did a lot of scouting academy players. Sometimes we get a player from Haiti to play in the big team, but Mount Pleasant was doing it to actually start their academy team first. So yeah, that's not a thing that's happened much in the past.
So JC said, oh, after you look at Caribbean sports, and you're right, but Muda see it. So are you challenging me that this is Dede I'm never suggest? Where did that come from?
Well, how I think about it is we've had some, not so much at the academy level in terms of club, but we've had quite a few Caribbean players that played high school in Jamaica. So if they played high school in Jamaica and they were also attached to a club, then maybe you said Jamaica. Because if they just played high school, I don't think you would have Jamaica listed. Because isn't it Jamaica listed because they played for Mount Pleasant, right?
Mount Pleasant. And
so they happen to come here for high school because our Manico and Biko teams are recruiting high school players from other countries, maybe to get around quota rules and different things. If they're attached to a club at the same time as they playing high school, like if they play after high school season, they don't go back home. They actually stay and play for a club. Then maybe you see some of those Jamaican clubs listed there as well.
Okay, so I didn't look at St. Kitts team, but we get what you're saying. But was that a thing of the past as well? That is the question I'm asking. Was that a thing of the past?
As prevalent as it is now. I wouldn't say that.
That's a part of it actually, but Jason. But yeah, I get that. But that's the thing. I don't know why I'm proud. I don't know if I need to be proud, but it's just
that's like being proud that when Julian Alfred won the gold medal because Julian Alfred used to go to school in Jamaica.
Yeah, so you're just proud, but
I don't know. I personally don't feel necessarily that. I get it, but I don't necessarily feel that pride because it's not Jamaica, so. Yeah, okay. I suppose they're in Jamaica high school, so there's some kind of attachment there, but it doesn't go as far as pride to me. No.
As pride. Okay. I see what they say. This is a Curacao team now, and what I find very interesting with the Curacao team is the amount of Netherlands player with the on that team. Netherlands.
Yeah, not surprising.
It is not surprising.
Not really. I think at the youth levels, at the really younger age groups, you tend to have more domestic-based players. And then as they get older, which is why our quota goes from 3 at U15 to 5 at U17 to 7 at U20, because I think countries figure that as the age group gets older, you're probably playing against professional players, at least with the big teams. So sometimes you probably have to go and get more players from overseas to make you stronger. I suppose that's the thought.
Yeah, I'm look on that team, I'm see PSV Eindhoven, Netherlands.
But if you look at, I don't know if you did research on Puerto Rico. I was just kind of browsing through Puerto Rico the other day, yesterday I think it was, and they had a lot of American Academy players, MLS Academy, which is not surprising either because that's what they've been doing in recent years, using a lot of MLS Academy players in their youth teams. Yeah. So that's why that's going to be a tricky game, that last game.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to look on St. Kitts. If you look, so I feel more proud again. But Kerry saying that.
There's a player from, I don't know if you're in that, are you in that group, the Reggae Boyz group, where there's a guy that has a son that is playing for St. Lucia, I think, as well. He's Jamaican, but I suppose the mother is from St. Lucia. So the son plays for St. Lucia. So you have quite a bit of that as well. They're dual nationals, so you kind of go where either where it's convenient or where it's probably more likely for you to make a team, etc., etc. So you have a lot of those scenarios where the player can choose, or sometimes the countries choose for them, depending on who is interested in them.
St. Kitts, St. Kitts, no. Real I think I like 2 players this one St. Kitts. I don't know what he. Real Mona, okay.
you're looking for stuff to make you proud again, the players that play in Jamaica.
Yeah, I think it's 2 players from Canada. The Canada team I find very interesting.
Oh, St. Kitts. Which player was telling me that he's going to play? Some of his teammates are St. Kitts. Wasn't it? Ekitike told me that.
Yeah.
The last time that same tournament you're talking about, U20, was in St. Kitts. The first round of U20. So I think Craig scouted some players from St. Kitts at that time. And I think some of them came into his Mona team. That's what Ekitike was telling me, that he has some kids from some teammates from St. Kitts that are going to be playing in the tournament also. Mona high school teammates.
Wait, I'm reading them up because I think this is saying real Mona. I thought somebody said.
Oh, I would have thought that maybe some of the St. Kitts players would have, as a club, maybe. Well, I don't know if they would have been registered to Chapelton Maroons, but I know some of them play for Mona.
Oh yeah, that means
so some of them actually may not be listed as Jamaica, but they may be playing for Mona High School. I don't know which ones though.
Let me bring it up, guys. Might as well. We are doing it, so might as well do it with done. So this is before we move on from Canada though. Canada, what I find very interesting with Canada team is that most of the players are USA and Canada. USA, Canada, USA, Germany. We have one player from Germany. USA, Canada, one from Bulgaria, Canada, one from Portugal, USA, one from Sweden. So that's 4. Canada, one from England. So I think them are 5 players in Europe.
Europe, yeah. And obviously Canada has 3 MLS teams themselves. And obviously some of their players also play in the other MLS academies.
Yeah.
So much like us, I think they focus on that. And then try to supplement it with European-based players. I think it's kind of similar to what we normally do as well. We're normally basing our domestic-based players, the American-based players that we use at the younger age groups, and then we try to find players. But we don't use as many players that play in England at the younger age groups. We use normally first see them starting at U20.
Okay, wait there. Now, a lot of comments are coming. King, don't be fooled. People in Canada are complaining that we are doing enough on all the scouting.
Yeah, I've heard that. Basically, what he's saying is a lot of people in Canada, especially after this U17 failed, is they're saying that the team is over-reliant on putting a lot of players from those 3 teams, from those 3 MLS teams in Canada, and not taking advantage of the other players that they have all over. So if you think it's only it's only Jamaica have local versus overseas issues, it's not. It just comes in a different.
Is it very interesting? We'll bring up the St. Kitts one for let me bring up St. Kitts one. The St. Kitts now, this is the one where them say look one. So USA, Real Mona. See, Savike is a Real Mona.
Oh, Savike, that's the player he mentioned to me. That's the player that Ekitike mentioned to me, Savike.
Yeah, it's a Real Mona. And there's another one here, Nickyle.
Oh, so Savike plays for Real Mona?
It says Real Mona, so it doesn't say Phoenix.
Okay. So, but I think he's a Mona player, so I don't know if he's also signed up with the club.
Wait. I'm missing 2 more. So I see 2 players here. One named Franklin Mitchell. This is Savic Phoenix Academy. What is a Savic Phoenix Academy? It's probably a Phoenix then.
Yeah, Phoenix Academy.
Why is SAVIK? What's that? Anyways.
Isn't that his name, Savike?
No. So Franklin Mitchell, the last player on the list right here, number 21, he's saying that he plays for his club is called SAVIK Phoenix Academy.
I don't know. That sounds like how we had the type of where Kai is listed as a forward.
But look again.
Yeah.
Kevin Phipps also of Savic Phoenix Academy.
So is that the name of our club? I don't know.
No, probably it's a type what it says. So those 2, so you have 2 Jamaican club down here. So then when you look up here, so you have Nickyle Ellis, Real Mona. it says Real Moon. I said some say Real Moon and some say Savic Felix. Okay, but it's 4 players, so it's a lot for real. Yeah, it's a lot. A typo. Okay.
I think those are probably the players that Craig was scouting in St. Kitts in that tournament.
Okay.
Yeah, more than likely.
Yeah, I think they all play for Mona. It's a typo. Miracle is saying, okay. All right, I think we did this U20 justice and we're gonna play tomorrow. But one thing I must say though before me actually leave and run up this stuff, because I'm gonna just run up now. To be honest, we did 2 hours. I think we did more than I thought we would do. But looking back at the past tournaments, I remember seeing one. I didn't want to bring it up real quick. I bring it up because I remember looking back at it, I remember seeing a tournament where we didn't go through a goal difference. I think Ty Maggie them did that tournament.
2018.
Yes, I think
that tournament was at IMG Academy in Florida. I was at that tournament.
Very interesting tournament. And one of the things when we think we can learn from our very esteemed U17s that Ghana World Cup right now is for how much would they drop again? 10 or 12? They just have more there. How much would you drop in a U17? 12? Well, halfway drop some 12 love from early and start them thing there early. Because looking back at the qualification, I'll bring it up on screen. I think that if we did recognize it, that come down to goal difference. I don't know, I guess we could have scored more or not. But I think that we recognize late. Just looking back at the results, I think so.
U17, not the one who qualified, the one before that.
No, actually U20s. If you say
U20.
Yeah, so the U20s. I'm more funny. But which year you say it was?
The year that was 2016. 2016, yeah. No, so no, it's not 2016. It's 2018. 2016 is when we didn't get out of the group with the Caribbean teams. 2018 is the year with Tarek McGee. Funny enough, Tarek McGee was also in the team in 2016 as a younger player, but the one that you're talking about where we tied with Mexico 1-1 was 2018 at IMG.
Yeah, I think Jason said Jerome Waite was our coach then time. Okay.
Jerome Waite, yeah.
I'm gonna bring it up and show the people because this I find it very interesting. So this is the tournament I talk about. Let me bring it up on the screen and show. Remove add. So this is the tournament, people. Very, very interesting. Let me zoom it up some more so you can see. We actually tied with Mexico and 13 points. Goal difference, then beat with by 8 goals. And they say 8 goals enough, King. You might think enough, but look at this. So I think the first game
was Grenada.
One love. Yeah.
I remember that game. That game, I think we scored in the 88 minutes, something very, very at the end of the game. So we started the tournament very slow. You would expect us to beat Grenada comfortably. We beat them like in, I don't know, it was very late in the game if I remember correctly.
Yeah, 87 minutes. Jamaica scored.
Yeah. And then we warmed up throughout the tournament and got better and better. I don't think it was not necessarily a matter of, okay, we went in the tournament not knowing that goal difference was going to make counts. It's just that remember that was a team that had preparation issues. It was a team where Jerome Waite was coaching the team because another coach basically decided because of the issues with preparation that he wasn't coaching the team. So Jerome Waite took up the team very, very late. And then, obviously it kind of started slow in the tournament itself, and then it kind of got better and better as it went. That was actually one of our better U20 teams in the end. But it didn't start out that way in terms of the preparations. I don't think it was, I wasn't part of it. So I don't know if it was, we didn't think about goal difference and we didn't want to beat the teams by a lot. I think it was just we weren't prepared as well as we should have. And so we were trying to win the games. And as it went on, we started playing better. I think it was more like that.
Okay. You say that like that is not the norm for your teams. Yeah, man, we start slow. Yeah. Starting slow, because looking back at it, I'm gonna look back and down, and this are the closest we've been since. So while we beat Grenada 1-0, as I say, from a Jamaica to 7-minute goal, Mexico beat Nicaragua 7-0. The next game we play, we beat the same Nicaragua 3-0, with them just give 7-0, and them again St. Martin 4. Then we go draw with them with a 2-all draw, and for me, say me I try remember that game because I think we're supposed to remember it. So that game, Terry, the magician.
Well, I thought it was 1-1. It was 2-2.
Yeah, Terry, the magician scoring the 71st minute. The magician so scoring what is the 71st minute, and we draw with them. I think
Right, that format was just the winner of the group qualifying.
Yeah, I think Reggae Boyz director said, remember when we ball Mexico, Poppy, Maggie, and Nickyle. So yeah, and then we draw with them. Then it start come down to a race at time. Now we beat Aruba 7-1.
Hold on, let me get the chart.
Yeah, man. So we beat Aruba 7-1, then beat Grenada 8-love. And the last game we beat St. Martin level. And then we get Aruba 10. So we end up never go through one goal. But then the last time we actually put up a fight per se. So let's see how it goes. I think one thing we can learn, we have to start out a B team. So Bonnier tomorrow, the aim of us try. I know I said the aim of us try win the game first, but we think we have to try do that something that will just probably not matter, because I think this time around we're expected to come out of the group. Let me just bring up the group phone of people so they can see. I don't know, are we expected to come out of this group? Because based on my knowledge, we are expected to come out of this group.
I would say so. Obviously, Puerto Rico is the team that you have to watch, because they're more than likely going to have access to better quality players than the other teams.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure the coaches, in addition to winning, want to win the game comfortably. And they said a number of times when I jumped on, it was actually coming from training, because the players came yesterday, and so today was the first session that they could get a chance to play. So yeah, I'm sure they're going into the game with the mindset to play well and win the game comfortably.
And you also said something about training, that they mirrored training time with the game time, because I did say all of these games are playing 7, right? So that was actually good for years.
7 is Jamaica time or Eastern time. It's actually 8 here, because we're 1 hour ahead. So the game is at 8 o'clock Curacao time, 7 o'clock Jamaica time.
Okay.
So we train today at 8 o'clock, which is the same time the game is going to be.
Okay. So let me just take a look at one more team real quick, which is the Puerto Rico team, seeing that them in our group. Real quick, people. We saw them make we saw the remove this Puerto Rico team and make up people real quick. Puerto Rico in our group, Austin, USA, they have Spain baller, so Valencia, IDA Valencia. USA again, Western FC, Spain again, right? So USA, San Antonio FC again, USA, right? So New York City, USA, Spain again, USA again, right? So USA is up here, USA and Spain, but we are
the MLS Academy Paris, yeah.
Yes, probably that one there. So that one there go. Let's see.
So I think everybody knows that's, you can't jump to Puerto Rico, because Puerto Rico is the last game. We have 4 games to play before that. So you have to concentrate on that game. But I'm sure the coaching staff have looked at Puerto Rico, their team, and realized that more than likely, because football is football and it can happen in football, but generally you would think Puerto Rico would be the most challenging opponent based on the players they have access to.
So basically, we have to match Puerto Rico stride for stride, then in a way, and just make our lives easier.
Yeah, no different than the U17 approach, really, because just like the U17, where you go into that last game knowing that you probably want to match them the first 2 games or the better than them, so that you only need a draw in the last game. It's similar here. It's more games. It's 5 games instead of only 3. So, and it's every other day. So, you have to be careful with your approach that's why you have to have a strong squad. You have to be able to trust everybody to play, because at some point, everybody needs to play so that you're in a good position physically for that last game. You got 4 games before you get to the last game with just 1 day rest in between. It's a lot. It reminds me of a little bit of U15. U15 is a bit worse, because sometimes U15, they make the games every day. And you basically have every time. At least this one you have a game in between, but there's so many games. It's like 5 games. I'm used to playing 5 games through a short period. Normally it's 3, or sometimes 4, but 5 is a lot of games to play.
Yeah, big up everyone in the comment section. The reason we just have to run the comment section a bit, to be honest, people. I see the whole like comments. Dante Plunkett was the Manchester United player. Big up yourself, bomb for that. States Elite plays JFF Tier 2. Really?
Oh, they are
Interesting. Thinking was in the all school teams. I think, all right.
CC.
Dasha was the last local team that played U21. Okay, so people want to see everything like Bam Bam really do what Bam does and can't help himself. People get the information from Bam and Kerry and Jason as well. They just do what they do. Jamari Nolan, big defender. Huh?
He's listed as a defender.
You want to get me, Jesus. You want to get me.
Somebody was saying I wanted to show that he's going to. I think it was on your show now. He said he was going to play. Eventually, he's going to be a number 6. I think he said. I think it was on the show, one of those.
Yes, I think I said 8. I think I said 8.
That they said Nolan eventually going to be a 6. So maybe he can go all the way from 6 to center. I don't know. Versatile player.
Yeah, but I think it's at 8. I didn't say another a 6 to be honest. But you know, so like I done there, I'm just like run up the show with the last 2 things them would do, guys. It's always a pleasure when you're on the show. I think the reasoning just goes fast. Goes 2 hours ago, Kerry, where 2 hours ago? I don't know.
You said I was gonna come on real quick.
Real quick, like I saw football reasoning go people. This is over the anyways. But before we leave, 2 other things real quick, guys. I'm sorry real quick again. But we never actually look at the. Sometimes I do them. I feel the youth them time. So we give you them time. Again, I see this today. And for all those FIFA players out there, you can now find Dujuan Whisper Richards in your EAFC 26. I don't know. I don't have time to play FIFA anymore, so that exists. Before I leave, before I'm gonna get free, highlight these 2 goals. I want to highlight them because these are the 2 Reggae Boyz that scored over the weekend actually. And let me just bring them up. So this is Kaim Park School. And before I bring up the Kaim Park School, I must say this. Somehow I'm telling them to rate left-footed players. But Kaim Park, when I play them really, really rate highly. I don't know. I just wish Kaim can get a big move because I don't know. It's a player. I don't know, for me, my personal preference is a player who rate high. Again. So this is Kaim Park's goal, people, over the weekend. Really good goal, really good finish on that left one that is. So this was a really, really good goal. I think I don't know, I just want the ball to get a move. Personally, I want him to get that move. A ball away. Paris is actually playing for a team called Saba in the Azerbaijan League. Saba. I just want him to get a move, something closer to mainland Europe, in my opinion. But the UA special time, people. Watch the left foot finish. Again, come inside of the 6-yard box. It's a good finish. And the other.
That look like one of my kind of finish. I will.
Hear this one, people. The ear Kerry.
Off the volley.
So the other finish is and before we play this, I'm gonna rewind this because enough to miss this. You see that flag?
That's the first thing I saw. Yeah.
That's the first thing to see. And I'm like, this is why when they're all over them, I didn't think I'm a pro. So Jason, I didn't think I'm a pro. Look at the Jamaican flag in the stands. This is the J. I'm gonna get it right.
I was gonna say they look like Japanese, but I don't want to be.
Yeah, you have to know. Let me just get it right as well. Let me not say it's the. So it is the J1. So it's J League indeed. It is the J League indeed. Japan J1, the J League. Yeah, it's J1. Yeah. So again, it's a proud moment again over there. Now on Willie Campbell, still only 26, coming on And
Nice.
people, me out of the rivalry. I have nothing to say.
KCFC people going to call me and cuss me for saying that.
Yeah, that's the second goal, people. Good inside out, into out finish for
Oh,
the
you know,
second goal.
I didn't even see the second goal.
Yeah, this is the second goal.
I saw the first one. Okay.
Highlight for the Reggae Boyz Watch this week. It was mainly about the youth demo players today and mainly about the U20s we have played tomorrow. Kerry, once again, it's a pleasure. I know we have a plan again when you're forward again. Probably after the Puerto Rico game, probably. Let's see.
Yeah, perhaps. Hopefully at that time we'll be thinking about the next round if we do the job.
Okay. If another Puerto Rico game, people, you know Kerry not being a stranger to the show. I'm living up to his word, people. He's living up to his word. But Kerry, big up yourself. Thanks for giving up your time. No, I mean, I tell you, respect for giving up your time. 2 hours and plus. I say thanks. I get me. I say enough respect.
Yeah, respect, bro. Always
yeah,
good to be on.
Yeah, man. If you have any last thing to say before you leave, you know, so what they realize, like people interview and people bring on, sometimes I give them the last thing to say before they leave, end up cutting off and them regret it. So the last thing I have to say.
So I would just say, well, first of all, I hope there's a stream. Normally, Concacaf have streams of the game, so hopefully there's a stream that everybody can watch it and just support the U20s. They're in good spirits at training today. Happy to be representing the country and coaching staff, management staff, players. Everybody is like determined to make the country proud. Very similar to what the U17s did. So hopefully that's a motivation for us to qualify another youth team. So we didn't qualify a youth team for the World Cup in 15 years. So maybe we can qualify 2 within the space of a couple of months.
Yeah, definitely. People do hit that like button. There's a lot of comments again, people. And I must say that I couldn't get through all of them, especially when the reasoning get going at reasoning a little bit and we get lost in the reasoning. But yeah, big up on yourself to everybody in the comment section. People, when you can't get no more expert than Kerry, I'm telling you, as much as himself we fact check him, basically, that's what he's been saying. But as I say, every time I fact check, it come back correct. I'm a human. I don't think him ever. People, I'm not sure Kerry a human, by the way. I'll be honest. Kerry a going to AI, man. I tell you this. But tomorrow, I don't think I'll be, hopefully, as I said, hope there will be live streaming. It's usually, there's a live stream on the Concacaf YouTube channel, hopefully. I think though, if there's live stream, I'm going to be doing a whole live watch along to probably the last 2 games, if possible. I don't think I'll be able to do it tomorrow because at 7 o'clock on Monday from work, probably I won't be able to do it. But I'll definitely do at least 2 of them and hear more. Because I think one is a weekend. I think the second to last one is going to be a Sunday, and next one is going to be Tuesday. So I think I'll try and do Sunday, Tuesday, last 2 games. Okay, you know me already. I have to big up with them, Kerry. Come on.
It's appreciated too because they follow these shows, they watch them. And you know how football is, especially the space. We don't focus on the youth teams a lot, and sometimes we're almost very negative towards the teens when we do focus on them. So when we have shows that kind of highlight them, I think they watch it. I know they watch it. And they appreciate it, and it helps motivate them. So I don't say we need to necessarily inflate them and make them think they're bigger than they are, but they're representing the country and we need to support them. So that's the last thing I would say. Yeah, man, definitely. People, I think we can leave it on that. So people, thanks for watching. Big up yourself to everybody in the comment section. Thank you for watching everybody that's been here. It's been a pleasure doing this show. I had so much fun. I love them show. I have fun. I enjoy myself. I enjoy the reason. People, it's always fun. I will get to learn about some youth. We educate myself along the way. It's a lot of fun, people. So thanks for staying here with me and holding the reason with me. The reason the good in the comment section as well. For people to do hit the like button on the way out. And until next time, from the expert Kerry and your boy King. Until next time, I walk good. Big up on yourself, people.
When Pree TV, big them up. Yes, and when they catch the family, big up Pree TV. Like, share, subscribe.
You don't know about TV, we are pick up, you don't know. Boom. I go on Ball Pree TV, you don't know what you think. Pick up yourself every time.
Like, share, and subscribe to Ball Pree TV.
And we tell them, say, Ball Pree TV, and we tell them thirst is nothing. Zoom in for the diamond then.
Oh,
Image
shit.
is everything. Obey your image, and we make them know. I've seen enough TV before, but I've never seen a TV like this. I've seen enough station before. Ball Pree TV, the one you top the list. Room! Shizzle for cheesy. I didn't know bigging up Ball Pree TV would be so easy. Kaboom! Room! Sham! Kaboom!